What's up, dudes? How you doing? Good to see you. You have 500K? Wow. No, 250. You have 102. Yeah, 250. Yeah. Okay, good. Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Hello, Shenanigans. And hello, Blanco. Hi, Quiz. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you guys being here. You can do the 250. I can. It's all self-policed. So if you guys want the same sticker twice, that's up to you. I'll send whatever. But the preference is that you get it, in order. Otherwise, you'll just feel weird about it. Be like, I cheated. Nobody wants that. All right, I keep hitting the wrong button on my camera, and it makes me a little too bright. So I'm going to turn it down. And everybody knows if you're going to be on Twitch, you can't be too bright. You haven't done any yet? Okay, wow. That's going to be awesome. Okay, am I ready? I think I'm ready. We're going to talk about an interesting subject today. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It helps. It just helps to be a little bit dim, if you know what I mean. 2 years and 6 months, dude. That's a lot. I should stream more. I got a good idea for a 24-hour stream that I can do, but I talked it over with another streamer about this idea of maybe keeping my stream going 24 hours and then just kind of like showing up for my regular time and then turning it off and just having it like wait for a while and just like have people lurking and add revenue and whatever. But it would so tank my what do you call it? My stats. It's not worth it. So you need a different channel if you're gonna do that. But then that's a whole nother thing. You wouldn't get any points over here, right? But I am going to be doing a Sunday stream. I think I'm going to try to do my best to stream on American Thanksgiving. Sonic Wants to Light show to last the whole stream. It's going to be substantial. I think I have a million one. What I should do is before you guys get there, I should make it even more special because I'm pretty sure that 500K and 1 million have the same alert. So it should be more special if it's going to be, a million. Saw your stream show up and you made everyone feel like failures. And you want to continue that discussion. Yes, actually, that's pretty much exactly what happened. Yesterday we had a conversation and Bananas Hannah came in and we were kind of talking about what it feels like to have a mental illness that makes you feel like you just can't get anything done, and though you want to, you just feel like you're hitting a wall all the time. And I feel like not that that's a particularly taco-ish subject to talk about, but I think a lot of people who are content creators and people who are part of their communities struggle with the same thing. So I figured that'd be something we could talk about today. I don't really have anything planned. I didn't script anything. I didn't put down a big plan or anything because we literally just talked about motivation like the other day on Wednesday. So we covered that. I think what we should do today is just kind of talk about the emotional side of it, the feelings portion of what it means to feel like a failure in your own mind and what you can do about it. I can't be here. There you go. Just join with your phone. All right. Josiah 300K now. One more year to the big 1 million. Yeah, we'll see. By the Lord's will, we'll see how it goes. Who knows what's going to happen? The way I've been feeling this week, I don't know if I'm going to make it a month. Yeah, you struggle with all the things, right? Exactly. Hey, how's the husband, Pony? Mine cut off announcement. Yeah, it's vanilla. Well, it's vanilla, far more vanilla than the last one. So it's vanilla. It's French vanilla, okay? Right? So it's, how there's vanilla and then there's French vanilla, and French vanilla is like vanilla but with egg yolk, and it's like that. So it's got a little bit. So there's an anti-griefing plugin. There's like an achievement thing which is just like if you run fast, it'll go, you got an achievement, and it's it's just something silly. It doesn't change the game at all. And other than that, did not really know. right? The only other goofy thing that really is a plugin is that when I'm on there, it'll people can do crazy stuff with bits. That's the only other thing. The rest of it's pretty vanilla. Still pretty stressed out though. Well, I'm glad he has you, and for two reasons, Pony. One of it is that you understand, like you're willing to say this is a real thing. You're not trying to tell him to suck it up. And the other thing is that because you understand it, he can feel legitimized, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. Is that, you know, like my feelings as a guy, you know, like you should just suck it up and go. But if there's someone out there that you care about that's like, you know what, no, yep, I get it, you're stressed out, and you know, what can I do to help? And that's real, and let's figure this out together. That's huge. A lot of guys don't have that. It's all server-side mods. Yeah, no, you don't need any kind of special Minecraft. The only goofy part is that it's 1.21.1. And so therefore, if you're going to launch, right, like you're going to have to launch at that version, and then you'll be fine. There's a couple of weird things, like for example, because it's not my server, it's actually Citizen Fortress's server. You have to join his Discord because that's where he's going to be putting all the, you know, server side information for everybody who needs to know that kind of stuff. And then that's going to be, but other than that, it's going to be, yeah, basically tell me you're in, and then I'll put you in. Gonna ask how you play some Minecraft. Hey, there you go. That's how. So just send me a message. I'm actually having a conversation right now with Deep, like literally right now, with DP and Citizen, basically how they want to do the onboarding, because they left it to me. I can whitelist anybody I want, but he has this extra little bit that he wants people to join his Discord, which makes sense. He's the one running the thing. He's the one paying for it, so better do it. And then I get to pick, because it's not a taco server, it's a XtianNinja server. So therefore, it's going to be, you know, I let people on that I want to let on. And if I've known you for a while, I'm more than happy to have you on there. So if you want to be part of it, I'm happy to let you be part of it. And yeah, like Grant said, it's all server-side mods. You just need to be able to launch 1.21.1. It actually is Bedrock and Java compatible, apparently, is a thing. So it's I don't know. I don't know personally. I don't know how to launch 1.21.1 in Bedrock. I imagine that's in the launcher somewhere that you can back up the version, like of what you're gonna do. That's the way it is. It's I mean, the idea is to make it fun for everybody. When we did the taco server, we had a whole lot of things going on. Like there was 250 mods that were on there, and it was fun. Like my son still talks about it. He's like, man, that was such a fun server. There's so many things you could do, and it was cool. It's just that for this server, I wanted to make it far more simple, because I think the complexity of the environment was something that was keeping people away from joining. I'm like, this is vanilla, come in, and the only thing we're going to make sure is that nobody can grief, and there's you know, that's it, really. Just don't stand next to me when I'm streaming, because you might get blowed up. You never know. That's really the only thing you got to remember. Okay, so yeah, I'll get you guys in there. Let me write that down. And when I, maybe on break or whatever, I can do it. Like I'm going to take a little break. So Star Pony. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm changing that. What I want you to do, I want you to send me a DM through Discord, because I need your actual Minecraft username, and if it's Java or Bedrock. Because if it's Bedrock, I have to use some kind of converter to make it into a number, blah, blah, blah. And if it's Java, then I have to onboard you a different way. So send me a DM, tell me your Minecraft version. I have both too, right? Yeah. But I think to me, Java works better. It's just better, in my opinion. But I'm just used to Java. But it's, yeah, so send me that, and I'll get you in there. Yeah, it was fun, and for the people that were crazy about it, ukulele, like that were really into it, they were able to do a lot of stuff, like do engineering and create crazy armor and beat crazy bosses, and like it was pretty fun. Neither. I personally, if I were to pick, like if I were to say, give an advice of which one to do, hello Shroom, good to see you, I'd say Java, just simply because it's more stable when it comes to this kind of stuff. Bedrock tends to get updates and security updates and all kinds of junk, where if you launch Java, it seems to be more flexible. But Bedrock runs faster on most computers, so it's up to you. Like, if you want to join from your Nintendo, you can, right? If you want to join from your phone, you can, because it's Bedrock as well. But if you're going to be on your PC and whatnot, and you have both, me personally, I like Java better, because I can get out of the boat without having to confuse myself. Getting out of the boat is hard on Bedrock. So I'm pretty sure in Java, you just have to jump, whereas in Bedrock, you think you have to hit shift. And I can never remember that, so I always get trapped in the boat. I haven't played Bedrock. Well, what's cool about Bedrock is that it's actually got like tons of new updates. Like, I mean, a ton. There's they put bundles in. They added this weirdest looking new mob. He looks like a tree man. I can't remember what he's called, but he looks like a tree, kind of like a mini ant. And then somewhere in his forest is his heart, and it's inside of a tree. And the creaking, that's what. Yeah. And so you have to go find the if you want to kill him, because he's gonna kill you, because he's like a weeping angel. Whereas if you're looking at him, he doesn't move, and if you look away, he does. And so if you look back, he'll stay put. Very, very cool, very creepy. But if you find his heart in the forest somewhere, you can kill his heart, and then he'll die. Neither of them are the full version yet. Well, but the problem with the server, not the problem with, but the way that just the reality of the server is that whatever the updates you're going to do, the versions you're going to do, they are going to be, you're just a little behind. It's 1.21.1. So therefore it's not quite the new one, because I think we're on 1.22.44. I think I saw. You think they're going to achieve feature parity? I don't think the community's going to let them. There's like this divide between Java and Bedrock players. Plus, if I remember correctly, the Java like group is housed in like a different country compared to the Bedrock group. I mean, like at Microsoft or whatever, at the Mojang, like they're two different buildings, two different groups, two different everything. It's gonna be, it's to bring them together is gonna be monumental. Not that it matters. Like, I mean, the thing is, I wasn't watching Green yesterday. I was watching, it was Hermitcraft. No, it was Wildcraft? I don't know, whatever. It was another creator that my son found, is a female, and she's a good creator, so therefore we watched her. And it's nice to see another angle. And everything they were doing in that server, Wildlife, that's what it was called, yeah. Everything they were doing would have required so many mods, right? Like every single episode had some kind of new thing. The first one was if you crouched, you'd shrink, and if you jumped, you'd grow. And then the next one was you can eat everything on the server, and it gives you different effects. Like if you ate cobblestone, it would make you sick, and if you ate a flower, you'd get like hero of the city, like things like that, and it would rotate. So all of that, none of that's going to happen in Bedrock. That's literally like impossible. And so you need to have the Java edition to do that kind of fun stuff. You like it so far? It's been really interesting. It's like the last episode that I watched I watched half of, was their shtick was that, you know how they have that thought experiments of if a snail, what would you do if you knew that somewhere in the world there was a snail that was coming after you at all times that could go anywhere, and then if it touched you, you died? Like, what would that, that, I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it's a thing apparently. And they had that. So it was a snail with their colors on it, and it was slowly making its way towards the person, and they had to keep active and keep moving around, so they couldn't get hardly anything done, because if the snail touched them, they died. And it was, I thought that's super creative. I don't know what the rest of them is going to be. I don't know. If you made me make a list of that, I don't know if I would be able to. I know, right? Like when it's like floating. Yeah, it's crazy. Hi, Samus. How is life in Colorado? Are you what's the temperature today? Are you warm? Are you cold? Did you bring enough clothes? Or are you sitting there going, I didn't bring enough clothes? Feels like a Wednesday. Does it really? Okay. That's funny. I don't know what that means. Oh, my goodness. 42 at my neck in Colorado. That's pretty cold. That's 0 if I recall. Isn't that where water freezes at 40? So it's that's pretty cold. Yeah, we have like plus 17 here, so that for you guys like what, like plus 70? Something like that. It's a nice day outside. No, that's 32. Oh, so it's a little bit warmer. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Oh no, it reaches. It's the same when it gets to minus 40. I think that whatever the numbers touch it. Minus 40. I think. Hopefully, we never have to worry about that. I know I did when I was in Alberta. Good golly, we definitely saw minus 60. Minus 60. 41 degrees, and I have many fluffy clothes. Just picked up groceries using Walmart pickup. Took me a while to find the parking spots. That's a big place, man. The supercenter, and you go there, and all of a sudden it's just like this vast sea. I mean, Costco's worse. Like, it's just this huge parking lot. Usually put them on the sides of. Yo, you mean the location? Yeah. Negative 60 in northern Minnesota. I think the lowest I've ever seen with wind chill was minus 65 in Alberta. And on the radio it was like, don't go outside. Like, just don't go outside. Your eyeballs will freeze shut in like 2 seconds. Like, and then you'll be standing outside with frozen eyeballs. And we don't want that. So stay home. When we were at the funeral a while back, it was January, and it was so cold that the pastor who was doing the funeral, he literally his eyes were closing shut, like you could see the icicles forming, not even exaggerating, on his eyes, and he would he kept having to break off the icicles so that he could keep reading the whatever thing he was reading for the graveside service. It was very cold, and I looked at the poor the attendants, the funeral home people. They came in a suit, no parka, no jacket, no nothing, just a dress suit and a dress pants. And I walked over to them like, guys, you gotta be cold, man. Go sit in the car, do something. You don't need to stand here. You're gonna freeze to death. And they're like, oh, we're fine, sir. I'm like, you are not fine. Yeah, you need a spacesuit, exactly. Although I heard something terrifying, literally kept me up at night, and I don't know. I don't know. It was. I don't know why, but it just kind of it hit me. This story about a spacesuit that threw me off and made me just. It's just such a horrible situation. I'll tell you if you want to know, but if it I don't know. It freaked me out anyway. This one was in a neighborhood with a strip mall, parking spots for me in an unexpected place. Yeah. 6 degrees here, which is 42 Fahrenheit. 6 nice. 6 is nice. That's a brisk day. As long as if it's sunny outside, you can go out in shorts. They made bad decisions for that funeral. We didn't have a choice. Although I don't know, I don't know why they didn't wear a parka. They should have. Some kind of jacket, something it's not like it's worse if you're wearing a jacket that keeps you warm, or a toque. Like, the guy's ears were bright red. Coldest has been in negative 10 Fahrenheit. Live in Louisiana. So that was scary. Well, I remember in Texas a while back, it got hit with some super cold, shut down the entire state. Didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, everything just turned off. North Arkansas, yeah. Water tank leaked. Guy started. Yeah, that's exactly it, citizen. It was. I think it was a Russian guy, and he his water tank in his suit started to leak, and the water went up, and he was out doing a spacewalk, and so he had to figure out how to get back while water was coming up, and all of a sudden it went over his head. He couldn't breathe, and he's trying to get back into the ship. Like, I remember listening to that at night. And for whatever reason, my brain was like, oh yeah, let's put ourselves in that position in our imagination. And that was so scary. Been playing Planet Crafters. Is the spacesuit story gonna ruin that for me? No, it was just scary, man. Almost got my parents in trouble for walking to school at -30. That's pretty cold, though. That's pretty cold. No, Brain, I'll give you Ambien. Keep it up. No, keepy uppy. We had that freeze the same time in Texas. Had a thunder snow. Oh, I remember thunder snow. Yeah. Way less than 20 most of the day. Or he was not prepared for that sort of weather, but Texas had it worse. Yeah, the power system was completely shot. I found actually somebody sent me a thing I wanted to try with you guys. Give me 1 second to find it before I do anything too crazy, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. It was a weird Minecraft thing that they sent me, and it's not Minecraft. It's like I don't know what it is. It's a thing. It was confusing. Where is it? Oh, I thought I did. I sent it to myself. Did I not? Oh, I know where to find it. It's apparently this AI thing. Some AI generated hoo-ha that has special. I don't know. I didn't do it because I wanted to save it for stream, so I didn't even bother looking at it. I'm gonna find it real quick so that I can make sure that I pull it up so when we want to do it, it's there. Who gave it to me? I think it was Denal, D, right? Gibraltar? No. Chrono? No. Born Again? No. I feel so stupid. I emailed it to myself. I made sure that I had it ready because I wanted to bring it up on stream, and then I got all late, and now blah. You know? Now blah. It's got to be here somewhere. Just give me a moment to find it because I want to be able to show you guys. It's not that far down. Nope. I'm not going to find it. Okay, forget it. If somebody remembers what it was and they give it to me, I will do it. But I can't remember what it was or where it was. That sucks. It was supposed to be some AI generated Minecraft thing that was happening through a browser, and there was like, when I pulled it up on my phone, it was 2 dots and then a bunch of like kind of Minecraft looking things. I pushed one of the buttons and it ended up like doing something on the screen, and I'm like, that looks interesting enough. I want to save that for everybody to kind of see. So I'd like to do it. You've seen it? Is it crazy? So I don't know what it is. I'm gonna see if it's in my history. Maybe that's the secret here, is that it's got to be something in my history. I know this isn't the best for content, but I think it's going to be interesting. No. Crazy how many places you go on your phone that you don't even notice that you've gone in the time. It's like, oh, it's the last thing I looked at. Actually, no, you looked at like 500 different things before that or after that, and like you don't even notice. Almost there. Almost. I can feel it. It's coming. Evos. Yeah, there. Okay. Picture of an old man passing out candy. Yep. There it is. Oasis.descartes.ai. oasis.descartes.ai. Okay, good. Let's, just for kicks and giggles, for fun on a bun here, let's see what this looks like. Sing us a song while you look. I found it. I'm good. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's pause it. We'll turn on the audio. Oh, creepy. Okay. You're about to enter a first-of-its-kind video model, a game engine trained by millions of gameplay hours. Every step you take will shape the environment around you in real time. All right, let's do something easy. How about just the village outpost? That sounds good. And here we are. So, this is... I can look around. What is happening? I'll move forward. Okay. I don't think I quite know exactly what I'm doing. Hello, Ferric. This is supposed to be... Ah, it's a lot of green. Get out. Wah! That's weird. It's like playing with Pascal. Not Descartes. So this is AI generated. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. But it'll look better to you guys if I can do this. That's a terribly annoying noise. We're gonna turn that off. We're gonna turn back on some music. Continue. If you turn back around, I bet the house will be gone. Okay. So we'll go back down. Okay, to the right, to the right, to the right. Yeah, there's no house now. Mountain's gone. How can it call it a village if it's not? All right. I mean, it kind of looks like Minecraft. AI generated in real time by Descartes. So what they're trying to do now, and I've seen this before, and that is what they're trying to do is create a game engine that isn't driven by its own programming. Oh, calm down. But driven by AI. So therefore, it figures itself out and it does its own graphics and whatnot. NVIDIA's getting close to be able to have some kind of system that doesn't, they don't need to worry about their drivers too much. What they worry about is trying to tell the AI what it needs to be able to do with itself, so that it can make the game look cool. And I've seen a few ideas, like for example, an old game where you put like a skin over top and the AI turns it into either super high res or makes it look like you're playing with yarn or you're like in some kind of old timey thing. I think it's kind of stellar. Like it's very neat. I think it's going to be a bit of a what do you call a gimmick for a while. Are you a door? You're kind of a door. Okay. No. Oh. Oop. Inside we go. That's something. If Minecraft was a dream. And now that we're in a desert. Okay. I'll just keep turning around and see what happens. Now I'm gonna farm. And is there a sheep in there? Nope. Just the most terrifying looking farm of all time. Is that a sheep? Are you a sheep? What are you, a polar bear? Ice? You're snow? All right. It is. It's very dreamlike. I agree. Oh, that's yarn. All right. Whoa, I'm on a mountain. Yeah, that's a dream. This is drugs, right? This is crazy. Okay, where am I now? Okay, no, keep your eye up. Keep your eyes up. I do not want to look further. It's just a void. We're in a void now. And I'm in the sky. I'm gonna die. Oh no, we're good. I'm on a mountain now. How high are we? Yes. Wow, this is crazy. Like, I'm gonna head that way. Find out whatever that is. It looks like a castle, but who knows? Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. That's a good song. Here, let's go. Come on. Run. I want to see what that big lump is. Could be anything. Could be a village, or it could be a I don't know. I don't know. It's slowly coming into form. I think it might be turning into a tree. I don't know. I'm gonna look behind me now. Oh, seems fine. I'm gonna look this way. Ah, it's gone. Man, that's crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what to do with this. This is weird. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. You look down, look up. I'm falling. I died. The end. Yeah, I think what's cool about it, in my mind, and you guys know I'm a sucker for AI generated stuff, and that is it's to be able to have the access to the tools that will allow people to have that kind of flexibility in their programming. One of the arguments against it is that, you know, like it's going to do all the work, people are going to get less creative and whatnot. And I completely disagree. I think what's going to happen is that they're going to be able to figure all this stuff out and be like, I know what to do with that. And you give it to an artist or someone that knows what they're doing when it comes to visual stuff, they're going to create something crazy with it. And everybody's going to be super impressed, and they will have done it with the tools that AI provides. Yes, there will be some bad actors out there that are using it and creating some garbage, just like they did with Amazon books, right? There are people that are going to dump out garbage books in hopes of making a quick buck. But there are other ones who are going to have a really good idea in their mind and want to create a story and are going to get help from the AI to be able to craft it in such a way that it's more readable, more grammatically correct, more interesting, more ideas, and then it's going to show up. And it's going to be cool. Very, very, very good. More than it would have been if you tried to leave it to the person not being able to do it, because they didn't have the tools to be able to accomplish it, you know? Yeah, I spent a whole 5 minutes on that book. I didn't even read it. Yeah, exactly, right? Donnie, when I've stayed up too late to catch XN stream, I know I've stayed up too late. My headset just broke. Yeah, like you stayed up so late, you're on my stream? Yeah, dude. When did you sleep last, Donnie? Good golly. All right, have a good one at the doctor. Hopefully things are going to be good. Like, I used AI to help with my book, not to write my book. I used AI to help with my book. It was incredibly helpful. Woke up 7 p.m. last night. Wow, dude. Are you able to get to work? Don't you work during the day? No, not during the day. You work at like an evening. I mean, like an evening shift, right? Like not overnight. Are you overnight? It's night. Oh, it is overnight. Oh, okay. So I thought it was like 6 p.m. to midnight or something. Did you know you can't breathe for a moment when you smile? I didn't know that, but also I don't agree with that. Like, you stop breathing to smile? Sometimes I stop breathing just for fun. That's okay. Well, then that makes sense why you were up all night. And I used to do the same when I was up all night. I was it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. You're like, I'm not tired. I just got home from work. I don't want to go straight to bed, because what'll happen is I'm going to wake up and then go straight back to work, and that's going to suck. So I'm going to stay up for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, it's like noon. I have to work in 5 hours, right? That sucks. That was a terrible idea. All right. So I'll tell you what we're gonna, yeah, right? Isn't a bad way to get people to try smiling. I'm sorry, I don't smile. I'm far too stoic and manly to have a smile. I have, everybody knows that if you smile, you're suddenly somehow a big baby who has human emotion. And we don't do that in the masculine realm. We just feel two things: hungry and horny. That's it. That's all we've got. Fair. Yeah, that's about right. I grew up with a dad. I'm actually really happy we got past. I don't know that we got past that. In my area of where we are, you know what I mean? Like it's very liberal, you know what I mean, ish. But I think one of the nice things about having a bunch of liberals around is that they feel their feelings, and so therefore it's okay, and they hug their kids. Weird to have a whole generation of men who refuse to hug their kids, which is dumb, you know, like, or a whole generation that would look at someone that's in like actual crisis and be like, suck it up, and then they die. They're like, okay, that's dumb. So I think we're further along. I get to hug my children. I get to tell them I love them. I get to, you know, hang out with my girls and go shopping for girl stuff, and I like it. It's fun. But but yeah, it's. I'm so glad we're past most of that. Thank you, Chronicle. I appreciate that very much. So what I want to do today, I really do appreciate that. What I want to do today is I want to talk about failure. And it's something that I think, it sparked off yesterday, and I don't know if you were here, but Bananas Hannah came in and we were talking about something. Oh, Ferric gifted. Oh, thank you, Ferric. Sorry. Appreciate it. Hello, Archangel. Yo, how long has it been? Welcome and hello, my friend. Awesome. Good to see you. How's life? How's things? I know, man. So this is a friend of mine. He's actually from the area. I could go visit him if I wanted to, and we just haven't seen each other in forever. Failure, I know a ton about that. Let's go. Let's go. And that's the idea, right? Is that yesterday, so we were on stream and Bananas Hannah came in and we were talking about you can't serve Empress without simping. They're not, it's not allowed. You have to do both. And she was talking about how when she's having mental health issues, and I was talking about the same sort of thing, is that you feel like a failure because you know what you're supposed to do. You know what the healthy thing is to do. You know what your doctor told you to do. You know what the healthy thing is that you were doing before you quit. And it's time to just, why can't you do it? That's the subject that I want to talk about. Before I do that, I do want to, I'm going to pray real quick. And then I want to hear from you guys if any of that, if you felt any of that, if you've been experiencing that. Because otherwise, what's the point? If there's one person that gets that, it's me. Okay, good, yeah. Well, because I know, Archangel, I know you well enough to know that there's we have sort of a similar nature in that, having life kicks you in the teeth, and then, your own personal emotions finish you off, and it ends up being just miserable. So yeah, no, I know you get it for sure. No simping. Is that an Empress? Hype fist. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we do. We really, really do. Okay, I'm going to pray real quick, and then I'm going to, we're going to open up the discussion. God, thank you so much for the day, for your love, and for having friends that gather, for us to be able to talk about these things in such an open fashion with the gift of technology, but also this would be profitable and helpful, biblical, not merely moaning about our problems, but also, and not merely trying to solve them immediately, but being able to listen and also be able to know where you are in it. Bring whoever needs to be brought to hear this conversation, Lord. You're the one who makes discovery happen. Amen. Okay. I don't have notes. So I was gonna talk about notes and from whatever position, right? The idea of I want to talk about here's a bunch of different things, and this is what I usually do is I make a whole list and then we read it and we have a whole script. I didn't do that today. I just want to bring it up and kind of bring it to you guys and say, so does that resonate? Do you have in your life right now, you personally, do you feel like there are things that you wish you could accomplish, things that you were accomplishing, things that you could accomplish, but because of your mental health issues, physical health issues, relationship issues, or something that is personal to you emotionally, it preventing you from doing it, and it makes you feel like if you just sucked it up some more, you'd be able to do it, and you wonder why you can't suck it up. Does that resonate with anybody? No, I didn't watch that. I left it for later. I wasn't. I wanted to give it some attention, so I kind of left it for later. I intend to though. I suck it up, Buttercup, and I think. And this is going to be the controversial part where I'm going to talk just about myself. Just talk about myself because I'm an expert on me. Meds and therapy are helping a lot. Yeah, it does. For me, I know that I have this thing in my brain that I can accomplish a lot in a short amount of time when I'm on. I can do, I feel like I'm pretty smart and I'm pretty quick and I can do stuff and get it done. And there are times in my life where I'm on and, blasting through projects and got a bunch of things going and I feel really good about that until I hit a wall. I don't rest, I don't nothing. I just kind of hit a wall and I stop and I'm tired. And then I, demotivated and ran out of energy and didn't bind myself well and hadn't been eating properly for a while, living on caffeine and the occasional, health bar or whatever. And then all of a sudden it comes back and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but I come back and I start going again. Lately, because of life stuff because of personal stuff, because of, you know, issues or whatever. And I think because of the stress of all the good things that are happening, I've had a hard time getting motivated, being like, okay, get up and do it. Like, for example, here's a great example. I currently have a list of Post-its, and a big part of those Post-its is to send out the stickers to the people who have, you know, got the 100K stickers or the 250K stickers. And it's not hard. I take the sticker, I put it into an envelope, I write their address, and I send it. It's not hard. But yet that pile sits right there, and I walk in, I look at the pile, I know I'm supposed to do it, I know I can do it, I know it's easy, and I look at it and I go, I can't. And that's the part that I get confused at. Personally confused about myself. Like, literally, why? Why is it hard in that moment to do that? Why can't I just suck it up? Why haven't I just sucked it up? And that's where I want to introduce to you guys and ask the question, what do you do when you get there? What do you do, like, with your feelings? What do you do to maybe help it or fix it? Or what do you do to process that, you know, that emotion or that time? I want to hear from you guys a little bit, because I think it's going to help me and probably help other people. I have chronic fatigue syndrome and ADHD. Been on a journey reinventing myself, had to deconstruct my whole self, practice radical acceptance, but my ADHD diagnosis has explained so much. I mean, I have traits of everything. I was thinking about this today, and I've been diagnosed with all the stuff. Every time it comes around, people are like, you know, you're autistic, and you probably have Asperger's, and you probably have ADHD, and you probably have, you know, clinical depression and PTSD, and you probably have, you might want to get checked for it. You know, it's sure. My answer to that is always, yeah, okay, sure, why not? It's give me some tools to help with that, and let's go. I'm fine with that. But usually it's like, I don't know. I just think personally, I'm just going through a lot, and it's hard at times to know what to do in an individual situation when I'm looking at that Post-it note and I can't make myself do it. So what do you do? Okay, so if Archangel, and I love your phrase, radical acceptance, which in my mind is what we were talking about yesterday when it came to how do you emotionally deal with it. And that's to simply say, I'm okay with the fact that I'm having a bad day today, or I'm okay with the fact that I can't accomplish more than I want to. I'm capable of like 60% of what everybody else is able to do, and I have to be okay with that. Or when I do something, it takes me twice as long, and I have to be okay with that. Or when I do something, I need help, and I need to be okay with that. That radical acceptance of this is who I am, and that is not a bad thing. It's who God created me to be, and it's the way that I process the world. I don't have to compare myself to somebody who is perfect or better or capable, or, you know, a list of people who are all great in a different way, and I'm trying to be all of them. Like, I don't have to do that. I can just be me, which I assume is what you're talking about, right? Depression and burnout, very common for people with ADHD. I mean, I would imagine that it would be easier for someone with ADHD to reach a burnout, because you have such like, things are like, when you sit down and you buckle down and you want to concentrate and you want things to happen, like, it's not easy. Like, you're expending more energy, intellectual energy and physical energy and emotional energy. But I want to hear from other people. You know, like when you guys are processing this stuff, or if you've ever faced it, what have you done? What's your perspective? Like, what do you do in that situation? Or if you've never been in that situation, what do you see as the reason that keeps you out of it? Like, do you have a system? Have you just never faced that? Do you have something that you like is the secret to your motivational success? I'm quite curious, because the bigger that I get, as far as like more people getting connected. Yeah, Samus and I talk a lot. But the more people I get connected to, and you know, when Taco is rolling, and I got people coming to the channel and whatnot, the more people that depend on me, or the more people that I'm supposed to be serving. And so therefore, when I hit these walls of emotional, physical, whatever, that end up making it so that I just can't. I want to know how to get over it. You know what I mean? I want to know how to either get past it or accept it or move past it, go around it. I want to know what you guys do. I think we can help each other, because I know yesterday at least 2 or 3 people in chat were like, yeah, me too, yeah, me too, yeah, me too. And I was like, yeah, me too. So I want to get your guys' take on it and hear your wisdom. It's accepting. It is what it is, and just saying I need to cut myself slack because it's not you, it's your brain's operating system. And I think, well, knowing a bit of your story, Archangel, like I know that you have worked in sales, and by definition that is competitive and comparative, right? That idea of so-and-so is selling this much, and so-and-so is getting this promotion, and so-and-so is reaching this many customers and has made this many phone calls and whatnot, and how come you haven't? So how do you reconcile the it is what it is, this is just who I'm built with living in a world that is that comparative and competitive? Or do you have to, or have you gotten out of that world? Prayer serenity helps me process and deal with my feelings or emotions. Does it work though? Does it actually work? Best book I found is Small Talk by Richard and Roxanne Pink. What's that about? As in talk to yourself? Or do you mean small talk as in able to explain it to others? I've never really read like a psychological book on like one, I'm trying to think on like one subject. I've taken psychology and I've taken classes in it, and I've taken like general counseling and pastoral counseling and all the rest of that stuff. But when it comes to like sitting down and being like, me, you know, like let's talk about an issue with me, it's I can't think of anything I've done that's not theologically connected. So maybe I should. Hey Jones, I can't change with what I feel, but I can change how I react to how I feel. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Yeah, the negative self-talk. Well, we're talking about what we talked about yesterday with Banana. Just the idea of how do you process when you want to do something and can't, whether it be because of mental health issues or learning disability or other people getting in your way, or you know, whatever. How do you process that feeling? If you default to guilt, you know, like Archangel was talking about, you default to guilt, shame, anger, comparison, you know, feeling like you could if you wanted to. How do you get to the place where you kind of go, well, yeah, exactly. So if you want to be vulnerable a bit, Jones, like what made you feel like a failure yesterday? And is it something, you know, I'm not going to put too much on it, but basically asking the question, like, is there a way that we can get past that feeling of failure, get past the feeling of I should be, to a place where like we're okay with who God created us to be, but also somehow able to get things done? I don't know how that works. I really don't. Like for me, I know the concept of motivation, and I taught a whole thing on it yesterday. You know, the idea of accept your limitations and do small things and build a schedule and make a list and get little wins and then you'd be okay with the fact that you did 3 of your 10 things instead of being mad that you didn't do 7 of them. That kind of stuff. I know all that's true, but what's it like? If you want to type it out, yeah, it'd be great. Be better than me looking at it in Discord on stream. Dragon says, look at your reason for doing it, whatever it may be. I'm just gonna go to one of my recent examples. I was sitting with the White House helpline dialed on my phone, but I couldn't hit call. So I looked at the reason I was calling them to save my dad's life, but why did I want to save it? So that way I can bring him to the Lord and save his eternal soul. So is staging my dad's eternal soul worth calling the White House over? I think to me that's very rational thinking, right? Why do I need to do that? Well, it's important. Why is it important? Because it's something that I've committed to, or it's something that if I don't do is going to make life worse, right? And maybe sometimes that's really what needs to happen, is that idea of you look at it and you go, if I don't, I'm going to feel crappy later. Now, the problem with depression or mental illness is that you look at it and you go, you know, I probably deserve to feel crappy, or I don't care. I already feel crappy. How much worse can it get? Or you know what? Whatever. I literally whatever. I remember when I was really going through it, like really getting pounded at one of my jobs, and I knew something was broken because every response to everything that happened was me saying whatever. And this is no exaggeration. They would say something really horrible, or they would go back on something that they said they would do, or they would try to do something embarrassing to me. And instead of me going, I know I don't want that, or let's talk about that, or let me fight that, I didn't have anything left in the tank. So I just kept saying whatever. And they were able to just railroad over top of me because I didn't have anything left to fight with. And I didn't have anybody behind me to fight for me. And so therefore it was just me, and I ran out of juice. And I think you get to that place where you're looking at that pile, or you're looking at the job, and you're like, whatever. It's like, I can't, when it come what may, So how do you, processing that to me is, that's a real issue. Lost my cool at paintball at one point, acted very immature, was even actively trying not to be angry all weekend, was doing well until the end. So because anger is something interesting to me, and that is, you're allowed to be angry. Like scripturally, you're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be mad at injustice. You're allowed to have righteous indignation, be angry at what things God is angry at, that kind of stuff. So therefore, there is a righteous anger. What you do with the anger can be wrong, even though the anger was started right. So when you look at that situation, was it a reason to be angry and you reacted wrong? Or were you angry at something you shouldn't even been angry about? Barrick said, do not let what you cannot do distract you from what you can do. I hope there is nothing wrong with this, but I very feel a Christian attitude to have in life. Do not let what you can't do distract from what you can do. I would agree with that. Like I agree with that. The idea of looking around kind of going, I can't right now, but it's saying, what can I do? I think that's a mature thought. Right? I can't finish the job, but I can get started, or I can't do the whole pile, but I can do one, or I can, maybe I can't start the whole day and clean the whole house, but at least I can get showered, brush my teeth, get ready for the day, and do like one thing. I think that's, instead of falling apart and going, I can't do anything because I can't do everything. That's more immature. That's catastrophic thinking, is that I'm just going to screw it all up, so I shouldn't even start. Hello, Miss Duck. Good to see you. I don't remember ordering a duck, but you're always welcome. Glad you're here. Always been logical, says Dragon. And how I think I'm going to be logical. At least I don't rely too much on my feelings. And I think that's important when it comes to those kind of decisions, because your feelings are going to run away with you. With ADHD, the more you try to fix it, the more it unravels. It's a three-legged stool analogy. Best stool is to accept your limits, identify the weak spots, accept the flaw. It is what it is. You're not a bad person or sinful. What kept you from doing that before in disobedience to your Christian duties? Like when you look at your past self and how much you beat yourself up, or how much you wanted to be different or whatever, what kept you from accepting it? Is it because you felt like you could do more, or you felt like you had to do more, or was it guilt, shame, fear? Like what was literally making it so you couldn't accept yourself? Get some quacking good rest, Donnie. Yeah, go to bed. Your well has run dry. Yeah, go to bed, man. Don't worry, you can watch the VOD, or you can connect to people in Discord. It'll be fine. Don't worry. No, not really. I guess mostly angry at myself, but that anger carried over till the next day, and I just kept dwelling on my failures in life. Guilt that I should be doing more. It's interesting how much those overlap, right? Like, what am I angry? I'm angry at myself. Why? Because I should be better. I should be stronger. I shouldn't do that anymore. And I should be able to do this stuff. Other people can. Or on my good days, I know I can. I'm capable of that on my good days. Why can't I today? I made a promise to somebody. I said I could do it. I knew I could do it. And at the time I believed I could do it, but now I can't. And now I have to either let them down or fail. And it's, it can be really, really guilt inducing. I'll ask you, Archangel, then how have you changed your habits in order to match this new reality of understanding yourself? Like, do you basically just not Do you have a smaller list or less responsibilities or a longer time, or did you ask for more help? Like, how have you adjusted to make it so that you don't feel guilty anymore and you've been able to accept it, but you still get stuff done? Boring day at school? Well, you weren't allowed to use your leg, so that probably impacted things. And you had to wait. You couldn't be on your bike. So yeah, I'd imagine you did a lot of sitting, and you're gonna have to do a lot of sitting for 8 hours. Was that the issue, Miss Duck? I really feel like my failures carry more weight than any of my successes. I think it depends on what you failed at, right? If it's ultimate stuff, like say you destroyed a friendship that'll never be able to be done, or you lied to somebody who believed it and now they're dead, or you created a situation that a bunch of people got harmed, you didn't intend to, but it happened and now you can't stop it, things like that. But if it's like personal failures, along the way, I think that's different. So like I think the failures matter depending on how big they are. This was 1 hour. This was an hour of class, which was really boring. Hey, that's not too bad. I mean, given the alternative, Miss Duck, there are days where things are a little too exciting. You know what I mean? We had a fire drill. There was a test. Another class had a quiz. Somebody else was being bullied. Someone else was, I forgot my lunch. And there are days where the activities are not as fun. So maybe a little boredom's not so bad. I have to pace myself, set manageable priorities. If I can't get to it, so be it. Yeah, that's hard. I can't push myself more than my body and soul can tolerate. I've been learning that myself, especially with this job. I think one of the gifts that this job is. All right, see you in a bit, Jones. I think this job allows me some flexibility and the ability to do things not only at my own pace, but like to enjoy, right? I still feel like I need to show up to stream. I still feel like I need to have content and feel like I need to do some stuff, but I get to hang out with friends. I get to be chill. It's very loosey-goosey flexible. At some point I can just kind of go, you know what? I've had enough. Let's play Minecraft. And 99% of people in the world, 99.9% of people in the world don't get to do that. I realize I'm in a very unique position and that God has gifted me. I believe with all my heart, because of all the BS I have been through in the last long time. Is it good? This is like a gimme from God going, here, well done. Keep up the good work. Here's a mulligan, or here's something that you can heal through while feeling stuff getting done. Part of me wonders if I push too hard too fast, and I just trying to grow my channel and launch Taco and the book and the class and the whole 9 yards. And as much as I love doing it, did I take God's gift of something that's meant to be chill and turn it into a machine that's now running me? Can't sit forever. I feel like, yeah, you sound like you're an active person. Like, you're always on your bike. You're always going somewhere. You want to do stuff. Now you're stuck. So yeah, that sucks. I literally, I don't have any advice. I don't know what to do with that other than, yeah, you can't do PE. Yeah, you should just sit out, because the last thing you want is to re-injure it, Duck. You're out there and you're trying to have fun, and all of a sudden you fall down, you bend it the wrong way, and you got to go to the hospital again. Not worth it. You'd be like, why didn't I just sit down for 2 months? Then I would be better. It sucks in the moment, but I think in the long run it's better. It's ironic you're talking about not doing things, right? Duck's like, because we're talking about, what if you have things you want to do, but you can't, you physically can't, and like emotionally or whatever. And Duck's like, oh, I want to. I want to get in there, and I feel like I could make myself get there, but it's not a good idea. It's different, but it's similar. I felt horrible because of the house is a disaster. One step at a time. I learned to let my yes be yes, my no be no, because anything else is overpromising. Better to underpromise and overdeliver than overpromise and underdeliver. 1000%. And I think the yes be yes part is important, to kind of be like, no, like, I would like to say yes to you, I just can't, because it's just not going to happen. So therefore, go find someone else and be okay with that. But and looking around, like my office is kind of a disaster right now. Like I like a mess. My office is a mess, and I like having a clean office. I really do, but it ends up being I have a choice between, I don't know, sitting around with my finger up my nose or cleaning my office. And lately I've been picking the finger, and so it ends up doesn't really help anything. How can I become okay with that? Should I be okay with that? I think part of me, in like I said, in this job, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. I've said to, like, for example, Born Again Gamer. He is, he's working on the podcast, right? The taco podcast. We have an episode. He's working on another episode. He's like, have you released episode 1 yet? And I said, no, I haven't got around to hitting the upload, here's the title, go button. Haven't done it. I just haven't been able to generate that level of motivation. And instead of him being like, hey dude, I'm working hard on these things and you need to release them. What the heck? We had an agreement. He's just been nice. Yeah, I totally get that, man. Me too. And it's been awesome. I don't have pressure, you know. Ukulele's not up my nose going, how come you haven't and how come you haven't? And I don't have the taco team being like, you're letting us down. Like, nobody's doing that. Nobody in my whole life is doing that. The only one doing that is me. And so therefore, should I suck it up, you know, and just kind of go, maybe I should be a better boss to myself? Or do I go, you're using that as an excuse to be lazy? Because that's what I think. My brain is like, you're just using your freedom as an excuse to be lazy. Wait the quack. What I heard you kind of say, you were picking your nose. Yeah, I sometimes I have a choice between doing stuff and sitting around with my finger up my nose, and sometimes I pick the nose. The thing is, accepting you will disappoint people. Accepting you will disappoint people. And you know what? It feels horrible, but again, it is what it is. I think for me, like there's this meeting, and I love being part of it. Well, sort of. When I first started the channel, you know, they found me and they flew me down to Florida and they said, hey, you want to come down and talk about all this stuff? And so it was awesome. I felt so special just kind of going down and having these conversations, sitting around with people who had a clue. Well, I just kind of went, yeah, I totally know what I'm doing, and I totally belong here. And, you know, after the last couple of years, I've been going to a meeting every month for years. And I have promised them stuff. They've said, you know, like, you should write a book. And so I wrote them a quarter of a book, and they never used it. And then they said, you should do a thing with us. And so I sent them the thing, and they never used it. And then they said, hey, if you have a project, you know, give us your project and we'll strip it off and we'll send it around and we'll help people with it. And I went, cool. Just let me know when you need it. Here's the project. Here's my book. You can have it. And they didn't get back to me again. And so I'm like, I'm going to a meeting that isn't accomplishing anything. I'm going to a meeting with these people, and nobody has, not once, I don't think ever, other than the organizer, has really contacted me and went, hey, let's talk. So therefore, either they don't see me as a contributing factor, or they're all just busy and they're all doing their own thing. And so if they're not accepting my stuff, or they're not following through on stuff, and the jobs that I'm doing for them isn't really working out, and nobody's really connecting, should I even go to that meeting? I feel bad that I wouldn't go because of the investment they made in me 2.5 years ago. But at the same time, I'm like, but it's one more thing on the schedule that I feel like a must to go to. And then I just kind of sit there and I'm like, I'm here. Nothing's happening. Nothing's accomplished. Nothing moving forward. So should I be here? I'm not saying, Sunshine. It's I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. It's not worth it. Yeah. At least it's cool. I can use the elevator pass. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I suppose hobbling with one leg up the stairs is kind of a pain. At least your nose is clean. Yes, it is. It definitely is. with that level of nose picking. Yeah, third knuckle nose picking for hours at a time. Yep. Clean right up to the brain. I just thought of this on the other side. We should not pressure someone to get the yes or no we want. We trust the other person. Yeah, that's true. If someone's like, no, I can't do that. No, I think you can. You totally should. you're just laying on guilt, right? You're just laying on guilt. I'm like a flamingo. Yeah. That's but you have to go to those. See, I don't have to go to anything. It's the best thing and the worst thing about this job is that if I never showed up again, nobody would ever like make me. They can't. But if I show up 99% of the time and kill myself in the job, nobody's going to stop me there either. Hello, Bananas Hannah. You spawned this conversation. So this is Bananas Hannah. Yesterday, we had a conversation about mental health issues that get in the way of motivation and making yourself feel guilty and bad for not being able to do stuff. And how do you deal with that? And so I thought, let's bring that back around. Archangel came in. Haven't seen him in forever. And he's been kind of taking us through his own journey of going from, guy who wanted to accomplish stuff and felt guilty all the time to diagnosis of ADHD and all the rest of the, extra stuff, and finding a way to accept that. And I think it's very valuable that you've got somebody who's been through it. You know what I mean? And I know for me, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I'm still trying to figure out what it means to be the lazy river. And if you don't know what I mean by lazy river, ask, and I'll tell you. But if everybody should know, because I kind of shared it a while back. I have your phone number and address. If you stop showing up, I'll let you down. Bring it. I need friends. We can make you. Several of us know your address. Taco team fired up. That's so funny. Several of us know your address. Nothing ominous there. Nothing vaguely threatening about several of us know your address. I can bring you stacks of steaks to bribe you to stream again. Oh, that wouldn't take long. You could bring one piece of beef jerky and I'd be back. I freaking love beef jerky. Save your money. I'm an easy bribe. But so Banana, you inspired me to talk about that, because again, I talked about my post-it note pile that I keep looking at and not doing anything about. And God was super clear with me about not rushing, that rushing's going to hurt people, and that my job right now is to be gentle, lazy, slow, patient, to move the mission forward, deliberately and slowly, and slowly than I want to move, because then then it'll actually help people. And when I said to him, that's not how it works, I'm supposed to hit it hard and go, he's like, don't. I will take care of it. Trust me. I'll make the connections for you, and I'll make things happen, and I'll do this for you. You just have to trust me and be that lazy river. And I'm really struggling with what that looks like, as far as where laziness or trust, faith, Sabbath, rest starts, and lazy, self-indulgent folly starts, right? So having some accountability partners is good too. It really helps. Having people that like know my address, can send me a text, for sure. But I felt like today would be a good one to talk about, because I want to make sure that, because I know that other people struggle with it too. Like Jones was talking about, it's like, I don't like who I am right now, and it makes me hurt people, and I don't want to do that. How do I fix that? And I think part of it is what Archangel was saying about accepting your limitations, accepting what you can't do, accepting that you're not all things to all people. And then ukulele, saying, like we need other people as well. And I know for a fact, theologically, I know that scripturally speaking, God creates deficits in us on purpose, not just because sin, but because he makes us dependent on him and dependent on the body of Christ, right? He's like, you're a foot, or you're an elbow, you're an eye. You need other people. You can't do anything as an eye, but you can really help a lot of people if you act as one. But you need the rest of the body to be able to actually make sense. You can't all be eyeballs. It just doesn't work that way. And an eyeball sitting by itself on a shelf isn't going to do anybody any good. You need the other people. And I'm very thankful for the other people, especially recently, like having the chaplain there contact me regularly and ask me how I'm doing. My brain is, why can't I remember his name? I'm stupid. He's like the first person on my list here. I will remember. I should remember without actually. No, Pastor G. Jeepers, Pastor G. Right? That's been really cool. It's a gift to have, El Nino Blanco go, you know what? Can I do something really special for the team? I'm going to create something really cool for the table. To have Quiz and Samus go, we'll take care of the setting up the table, put things together, take time out of our NCMS trip that we're paying to go on so that we can help out, right? And I've already glowed about all that ukulele does too. You know, and you got people in the channel and in the Discord that are helping me out, you know, trying to help me with content, helping me with pictures, helping me with jokes, helping me with all kinds of stuff. Right now, God has provided a VTuber designer for a very small fee, and she's being awesome. And that's just, it feels like all these people are a gift, which is motivating me to want to work harder, but then I'm also not kind of supposed to, you know? River says, it's like the class. I believe it's week 7. I feel like we just started. I know, right? Yeah. Been hard the last few weeks with work stuff and health stuff to think at nights to work on it. And I totally get it, man. And the whole reason it's structured the way it is because it's not designed to make you feel guilty, but designed to serve you, right? It's not meant to make you feel bad, not meant to make you feel like you're not following through. It's meant to, if you walk away with 2 things after 7 weeks and it helps you a little bit, I'm happy. You know, yeah, sure, I'd love it if you know, your whole life changed, but really it's designed to serve you, not to make you feel bad. Have you seen mini Pringles? Like Pringles that are smaller than normal Pringles, or you mean the short stack of Pringles? Which one do you mean, Duck? Banana says, I talked to my husband about this last night. He's working with me on it. He started by making me make decisions, making me choose yes or no, and not letting I don't know be an option. Oh, hey. Yeah, there's very few people in our life that can do that, isn't it? Nope, not going to let you be that answer. Try again. It also reminded me that just because I'm currently without work doesn't mean I'm not contributing to our marriage. Yeah, and that life is bigger than what you do, right? Life is bigger than merely accomplishing XYZ goal or telling people all the things you've done and saying you're busy. And because I think there's an inherent level of guilt whenever someone says to you, so how you doing? And you can't say, oh, I'm really busy, right? You just don't say it. And then you're like, oh, everybody's busy except me. I should feel bad about that. Archangel says, the book is Small Talk, 10 ADHD lies and how to stop believing them. Chapter title is like 1, I'm lazy. 2, I'm not trying hard enough. 3, I quit everything I start. 4, I am stupid. 5, ADHD isn't real. I'm just a bad person. 6, everybody hates me. 7, I am useless. 8, I'm a burden. 9, I'm a failure. 10, the world would be better without me. Oof. Yeah. I can resonate with a lot of that. Like, I'm lazy. Definitely. No matter how much I've accomplished and what I've done and how much sunshine anybody blows on me, I still feel lazy. I'm not trying hard enough. Definitely. You know I feel like I can always do a bit more and that I should be doing a bit more and I'm capable of doing a bit more, but for some reason I can't make myself do it. Like a great example is yesterday. I was talking, we were in a group with Chrono and a bunch of other people, just kind of having a conversation among creators about how to tell stories, and we ended up talking about our channels and whatnot. And I said, you know, I've had to let go of YouTube. I've had to simply say, I am a streamer. YouTube is just going to reflect my stream. I am incapable of creating a YouTube video. I can't do it. I would have to, like, I mean, I'm capable. I can do it. I think I could make a decent video if I wanted to, but I just don't have it. I don't have the time. I don't have the ability. I don't have the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not in the cards. And so I have had to grieve that so much because I really do feel like if I just tried a little harder, I could do the channel and Taco and the church connection and you know, speaking, and also to be a good YouTuber. I really do, somewhere in me feels like that is true. And it's just, would say it out loud and you sound like you're crazy, because that's like 5 jobs, and it's like no human can do that. But I, for some reason, believe it. So yeah, I'm not trying hard enough. I quit everything I start. I don't struggle with that one. I really don't. I if anything, I start too many things, and then I keep going. Do I think the year's gone quick? Yeah, maybe, partly. Sorry, I will catch up in chat. I'm just kind of looking. Hi, Shadow. Number 4, I'm stupid. Not a problem for me. I don't think that. Well, actually, you know, it's funny you say that. I do consider myself to be smart, but of late, whether because of depression, fatigue, or otherwise, you know, not being able to form sentences and forgetting a bunch of stuff, man, mental health, like depression and forgetting stuff go hand in hand. Nobody tells you that, but it's true. So yeah, I felt kind of stupid lately. ADHD isn't real. I'm just a bad person. You know, maybe ADHD isn't my diagnosis. Like I'm not one of them, but I just need to pull up my socks, that kind of thing. Number 6, everybody hates me. I don't think that. My problem is everybody's going to leave me. Number 7, I'm useless. I don't think I'm useless. I feel like I'm not accomplishing what I can accomplish for the people that I care about, but certainly not that I'm useless. I'm a burden. That one, maybe. You know, like part of me does feel like if I just let Taco go, you know, it would grow because I'm getting in their way. I'm a failure. If I think too hard about it, you know, in the previous jobs that I've had. Yeah, maybe. The world would be better off without me. Only when things get really, really bad. And they haven't been that bad in a long time. Thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate that. I might want to go get that. I'm going to have to write that down. I will catch up on chat now. I promise. River, right? But the me that is mean to me doesn't agree with you. Well, he and I are having a fight lately. Right? Yeah. The first book was called Dirty Laundry, Why Adults with ADHD Are So Ashamed and What We Can Do to Help. Leslie listened to it and understood me better. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, a lot less fights. Leslie is the wife. That's pretty cool. I like that. Maybe I should read those. Because I know my wife has been diagnosed with ADHD or partly or something. So if we're both ADHD and we're both in denial about it, maybe we should read the book. Compared to others, I'm not busy. However, I am busy for what I can do. Okay, that's a great line. That's a good line. Compared to others, I'm not busy. However, I am busy for what I can do. I like that. Archangel says, think about your brain as a browser window. Just because you can open multiple tabs doesn't mean it's the most helpful in data management. Yeah. Do you finish the things you start? I do. Like, I keep going on the things that I start. The only time I pull out of something like that is with permission of the people that I'm trying to deal with. Or I will simply say, you know, like the I can't do the extra bit. I will continue to do the only thing I can do. I try not to, because I strongly believe my yes should be yes, my no should be no, even to the point of it'll to hurt myself. I believe that. It maybe for the work, for not for good, but that's how I feel. Hi, sleepy wife. You say that you're stupid a lot. Yeah. Well, it's a joke. Secretly, because if I said out loud, I'm freaking smart. What a dumb mistake I have just made as such a smart, intelligent person who has been able to do this, and that I'm smarter than everybody. So there. And I don't think that's a good idea. Because that would be dumb. And also, I don't feel that way. Well, sometimes I really do feel dumb. Because there are people out there that are capable of those things that I just don't. I just not. People leaving and people hating are basically the same thing in your mental health. Yeah, people leaving, people hating, people leaving, people who care about me, people leaving, people lying to me because they say they care. That's part of my life. Part of my reality is every time somebody says I care about you, I just assume that means for now. And at what point are you going to leave? And you're lying to me. I know that's true. You're lying to me right now. I won't tell you to your face. But I know for a fact you're telling me, not telling me the truth, because you will leave. And then I watch them do that. And I go, yep, see? Being a flamingo duck is weird. Yeah, because you can't paddle properly. Actually, if you were to paddle as a duck, you'd go in circles because you've only got the one flipper. So maybe you should just float instead of paddle for 8 weeks or so. I don't listen to audiobooks. It's ironic because I just started listening to a podcast before bed. I didn't do that I've never done that. But I'm just like, I don't want to watch TV anymore. That blue light, or like watch anime or whatever, the blue light's killing me. I'm staying up all night. I'm going to try doing an audio thing. And then I stay up for like 5 episodes of that. So maybe that's not a good idea. But I could technically now listen before bed because I've built kind of a habit in that. Yeah. Had a similar experience recently. Yeah. It's true. This is the food thing I'm going to ask. What's your McDonald's breakfast order? McGriddle, two McGriddles, hash brown, and coffee with 3 creams. I freaking love McGriddles. They're so good. I can eat 1.5 of them. 1 is not enough. 2 is too many. But I can eat 1.5. Jovi's here. Yo, my dude. You don't know what a McGriddle is? Are you kidding me? Dude, Google it. It's the greatest thing of all time. It is a maple syrup pancake with sausage and egg and cheese and another maple syrup pancake that you can hold in your hand and eat. It's great. It's the entire package. Also, McGriddles woo. Yeah, see, they're good. Archangel said, it was a paradigm shift when I figured out I had undiagnosed ADHD since childhood. The hyperactivity part of the diagnosis often kicked out a lot of people my age from getting diagnosed as a child. Oh, the HD. Yeah. Because, well, boys, I mean, not that I want to get all controversial or whatever, but boys are overwhelmingly diagnosed with ADHD because they're boys. They don't actually have it. They just don't like sitting down. And that's not necessarily, that's not necessarily ADHD. It just means that their personalities, they need to move while learning. Good to see you, Chove. Glad you're here. How you feeling, man? How's life? How's PT? How's what have you been doing lately? What games you playing? Give me an update, Chove. I hated McGriddles when I tried one forever ago. Oh, I loved it immediately. So good. Never had one. My country does have it. You should try it. I mean, if you want to try something good and you like breakfast food, and if you don't like breakfast food, what's wrong with you? But yeah, it's definitely man, so good. What's a McBiscuit? I've never even heard of that. I'm gonna look that up right now. Your country doesn't have it. Aw, you'll have to come visit me then. You have to come visit me. I'll give you some. I'll buy you one. I'll buy you 2, actually. If you can get here from New Zealand, I'll buy you 2 McGriddles. Although you can probably get it closer. What's a McBiscuit? BUSCUITS. McBiscuit. What is that? Isn't that just the breakfast? I don't know. Well, okay, if that's what that is, if the picture I'm looking at is what it is, they have that at Tim Hortons now. The biscuits at Tim Hortons look just like that. 2 sausage, egg McMuffins, hash browns, coffee. I don't do McMuffins. You know what the main reason is? It's because when I bite down on the thing, it's too chewy and I have to pull away and I squish the egg and it's not fun. So I don't like it. McGriddles, they are chemically formulated to be easy to chew. Do I need, you said you feel better today. I do need to get writing though. It's 5-day NaNoWriMo. Oh, is that with, Wordy Girl? Or is that an online thing? Because I know that's November Writing Month, but I don't know what NA is. Visit you in Canada? Yeah, come visit me. You have to stay in a hotel, and I can't actually, you know, spend any time with you alone because, you know, but I'll get you a McGriddle. Think of McGriddle, replace it by a buttery biscuit. Well, that's exactly the that's Tim Hortons. That's I like the Tim Hortons one as much as the McGriddle. That's exactly what that is. PT is soon, but I did play Sea of Thieves with Warrior. I heard they had a ninja update. Are you a ninja now? Did you get a ninja on your crew? McGriddle just egg McMuffin made with an omelet and pancakes instead of an English muffin. Yes. And they taste like maple syrup. Mm-hmm. National Novel Writing Month. Oh, 50K word novella during the month of November. That's a lot. Supposed to write every day. Golly, I'm a contrarian. Yes, what's your order? I forgot to ask. I know. I should know better. When somebody asks you a question like that, it's not because they want to know yours, they want to tell theirs. I know that. I just forgot. So yes, please. I would like to know your order, especially considering where you are, because you might say something weird that we don't have here. Yeah, the biscuits at Tim's, which are basically the same thing, they are far superior to bagel and English muffin. Way more. I've tried NaNoWriMo twice and failed. I can't imagine writing every day. I can't even do my dailies in Wuthering Waves every day. Like and that only takes like 10 minutes. Especially these days where everything is like super dramatic and exhausting all the time. I can't even process the idea of adding another thing that requires creative energies. And I would cheat. I would 1000% cheat. I would be pulling out ChatGPT. You're like, let's write a book together. let's do this thing. Actually, just the other day, I found a GPT that is a DM, like a dungeon master for D&D, and you can play Dungeons and Dragons yourself with that DM, with the D&D like rules and stuff like that. And so I want to do that. I think I want to do that on stream sometime and just kind of play a D&D session by myself with a ChatGPT as the D&D, and then we could take that and turn that into a book. Done. Not planning on writing a standalone novella. I'm using it to make a start in the book series. I wanted to write for a decade now. So you built the world in your head. You built the thing. My suggestion then is start with short stories. Paul, do what what's his name? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle did, and that's just like write newspaper article level like length stories, and then you can build the universe from there. And then everybody's going, oh, and smush and then smash them together, call them a book. You voted? Good for you. I want to ask you who you voted for. I assume it was never mind. I was gonna make a joke. Never mind. I did not, but they added quite a bit. I haven't played in a while. Oh, good for you. I'm glad you got back into it. I know you enjoy it. Short stories are necessarily easier. You're actually under more constraints. What I don't mean though is not short stories, but I guess closed chapters, right? Where you still in your mind, you're building the universe, still in your mind, you have that, the Moriarty in the back of your head. You still have the idea of the characters, the police and the other detectives and, the recurring characters, and they are not fully developed, but in your mind they are. So you can build an individual chapter. You don't have to feel like you have to tell everything about everything, right? You can just do like that one chunk that introduces that one character. And I think that would be, that's plenty. Because the idea of I need to write Lord of the Rings is pretty intense. But if it's like, I need to write a chapter of The Hobbit, where it's the one story, one part of a story, one story beat that goes around it and ends, I think that's far more reasonable to consider. Not that I ever write fiction. I never write fiction. I only ever write nonfiction. Stories and whatnot are illustrations that I'll put in among it, but I've never written an actual fiction thing. People keep asking me to. They're like, oh, you read a book. Have you wrote fiction yet? By which they mean, I'll read your book, but only if it's a story. One sausage McMuffin, hash browns, nice. But listen, I put the hash browns in the McSausage McMuffin. That's good, must try. And get a bit of extra ketchup since you have hash browns. Put extra sauce on the hash browns. Lastly, cold drink. Breakfast is for coffee. Actually, it's funny because if you go to Tim Hortons and you order a farmer biscuit, a farmer breakfast sandwich, the word farmer is in it. That's what they'll do. They will actually take the biscuit and the egg and the sausage and the cheese, and they'll stick the potato in it, the hash brown, and they'll squirt some kind of special sauce on it. And that's what that is. And it freaked me out the first time I ordered it because I didn't know what I was getting. So I got a farmer thing, and then they handed it to me, and it was like another third bigger, and it had the hash brown in it instead of alongside it. And I'm like, well, how did they screw this up that badly? How do you do that? How do you accidentally put it in the... And I found out that was a thing. Never barely liked the McDonald's eggs. They all taste like eggs. I think the only thing that I would add to a McGriddle or anything else would be like a pinch of salt. Because everything is, everything is sweet. But if you add a little salt, it tastes better. Nano whatever is a challenge. Yeah. That's true. Back on topic, says Archangel. The bane of my guilt came from the former pastor telling me that when you get married, you put your self needs on the back burner and have a servant heart and go the extra mile. Give your coat. Yeah. God first. Family comes next. You last. That toxic advice made me overextend myself. Burn the candles at both ends because it's your duty. I think if I'm going to translate that, Archangel, would be that one of the issues when it comes to caring for others is that we often forget self-care. We forget that the way that we can serve others best is knowing our limitations, knowing our abilities, and being willing to make sure that we're healthy and rested and we can do things. Many times caregivers, they feel guilty whenever they stop or they take time for themselves or they go and eat, or they take a little vacation. They feel bad, like they're letting people down, letting the person they care about down. And that's just not true. We actually need to do that. Or we need to ask for, and we need to ask for help. Yeah, I think the heart of it isn't so bad. The idea that, put other people first, when you're looking at your anyone, your spouse, your church, your life, your enemy, the idea that, that they come first, what they want comes first. But at the same time, within the knowledge of going, I'm allowed to have boundaries and I'm allowed to have preferences. I'm allowed to recognize that I have weaknesses. I can't be all things to all people. I can't be all things to that person. That's realistic. Does that make sense? Did I say that correctly? Hey, Supersonic. I don't write chronologically. It bores me to try to write chronologically. I write as I am inspired. I also have decided to use Sims as my world building platform so I can better visualize the characters. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. And a lot of people don't write chronologically. Yeah, they're more along the lines of building stories within a universe, and I think that's, or within a world, like that has its own rules. Totally. And they can be just as rewarding. Like Winnie the Pooh, right? A.A. Milne, he had a universe built, and he just kind of threw stuff at the wall. and it worked. And it all came from his kids' stuffies and a bear from Winnipeg. That's how I made the tea in the Philippines more palatable. Doing what? Adding salt? Supersonic says, was watching The Pilgrim's Progress with a friend. I watched the other day and really powerful. Liked it a lot. 2000 animated remake. I've never heard of that. I think I've heard of the 1981. Did they do a remake in 2019? Did they really? I might watch that. I don't know how they do it. Like, I literally don't know how they pull it off. Because there's so much. Oh, wow. Is it free on YouTube? Dude, really? John Rice Davies is in it? Good golly. Well, if Gimli's in it, I think we should probably watch it. Maybe we should make a day of it. You guys want to... Can we watch it on stream? Is that allowed? It's on YouTube. Are you allowed to do that? Yeah, the book is very old. Yeah, very, very, very old. Best-selling book of all time that isn't the Bible. Plus, it's so much easier to give advice to others than it is to wholly absorb that advice into our own lives. Yeah, I completely agree with you. One of the things I tried to engender when I was preaching, though, is that if I'm going to say it to others, I better believe it and try to do it myself. I think that's important. Obviously, I don't have the same struggles as others, and therefore saying certain things, giving certain advice isn't a problem because it's not a problem for me. But if I'm going to say it and I do struggle with it, I'd be a hypocrite not to be working on that area. Either I order this thing called a massive McMuffin Hunger Buster that includes a big sausage McMuffin and little sausage McMuffin with a hash brown and a drink, but I just do a cold drink, which is better for me because sometimes I can't stand having hot drinks in the morning. Oh, wow. I'm the opposite. I cannot wake up. They tell me to wake up and drink a cold cup of water in the morning, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. What is a McMuffin Hunger Buster? What's that? New Zealand. It's a New Zealand thing. I'm going to open it up. You guys can see it too. Boink. So this is the McDonald's Hunger Buster. It's, whoa, all right. Let's go. So it is a giant double sausage egg with bacon and another kind of meat. That looks like, what is that, ham? So 3 kinds of meat. And an egg, so you're having the entire barnyard in a burger, and then a regular McGrill or a regular McMuffin, hash brown, and a whatever that is. What's floating in the coffee? What? What's floating in the coffee? Somebody explain that. Sprinkle of salt in the grounds. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it improved. Or cinnamon, apparently. You can add cinnamon to make it taste better. Adding salt. I thought everyone was crazy. I think so too. My daughter adds cinnamon at work because they don't get the most expensive coffee, especially because they're a tea shop. They're like, we have to make coffee, so here, because some people want it, but it's not our priority. Why doesn't America have this? Exactly. This looks like a very American thing. America invented the super size. It's marshmallows? Oh, it is. Oh, it's hot chocolate. Oh. See that looks good. It's a little much, and I think that the chewiness of the ham is going to impinge the ability to eat the egg because you're going to get through it. But you know what? It's worth trying. It's worth trying. Reminds me of when I was in college, they had buy one, get ones. You just save half for lunch. Do you remember I don't know if you guys ever done it, but there's like a McDonald's secret menu where you used to be able to, or you probably still can, is you go and you order 2 different things and you mush them together to make something that's not on the menu. Double all meat yeah, that does sound good. You'd be able to skip lunch 50-50 whether you're hungry or you're having a heart attack. No way. That's all healthy stuff. What are you talking about? I could eat that all day long. What was the other one you said? The Kiwi burger? What's a Kiwi burger? New Zealand Kiwi burger. Kiwi burger. All right. What's that? Looks like a burger. What's special? What is that? What's this? That layer? What's that? That's something. That's not an egg. Oh, it's on the McDonald's app. Oh, okay. Hold on. Kiwi burger, McDonald's. Where's the Kiwi burger? Did they not serve it anymore? Has it killed too many people in New Zealand? They had to outlaw it. McDonald's Kiwi burger. Okay. Kiwi burger is a hamburger. Thank you for the ad. Is a hamburger sold at McDonald's restaurants in New Zealand. It consists of 4-ounce beef patty. 4 ounce, okay. beef patty, griddle, egg, beetroot, tomato, lettuce, cheese, onions, mustard, ketchup on a toasted bun. Beetroot. The burger was also sold under the name the McOz, but it did not include an egg. The McOz was discontinued and replaced by the McFeast. You guys really do have different stuff over there. I've never even heard of the McFeast Deluxe. What's that? What is the McFeast? They don't even have that anymore. The McFeast. 1,422 calories. Let's go. What if it's a large? Because I'm a big boy. Well, they didn't even have pictures of that one? Come on. 200% beef patties, 4.5-inch bun, 2 slices of cheese, fresh onion, lettuce, tomato, special brie, B-R-A-I-I, which is a word I don't know, and a McChicken sausage. A McChicken sauce on your burger. Say what now? McChicken sauce on your burger. That's just like a burger. Except it's got the white... Yeah, it's got the McChicken sauce on it. That's wild. Kiwi burger, though. I don't know what beetroot tastes like. Is that like a... When you say beetroot, do you mean like a beet? Like as in like the purple plant? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know about that. Look at the New Zealand menu compared to you Canadians. Oh, you looks very weird. Yeah, it's very different, man. All I can remember is that the McDouble dressed like a Mac. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good secret menu. That'll save you $2, man. Beetroot equals beet. You mean beets? I know what a beet is. I just never thought about putting it on a burger. Yeah, McDouble dressed like a Mac. What's another good one I've had? Well, there's the whole dipping your fries in your shake thing. I think that counts. That's one. Trying to think which ones I've had. Most of the time though, they're not that great. The McDouble dressed like a Mac is a good savings because all you're not getting is the bread. They put it all together and you just don't get that little middle piece of bread, and it saves you $2. A McLobster, yeah, McLobster. You guys McRib people? Anybody here like the McRib? I tried it 2 years ago. Came around a couple years ago, and I tried it, and I'm like, it tastes like barbecue sauce. So, and you can chew it. So, I guess. I don't think it was ribs though, because I could bite through the bones apparently. Oh, here, Miss Duck. If you go to McDonald's, like we have a McDonald's in the city, and it's a cafe. Like, I mean a cafe. Like, it's all brown, and they have like coffee and like all kinds of like baking in the front, and cookies and baristas and whatnot, but also some McDonald's stuff. Like, it's a legit cafe. It's a McDonald's. I went to one in Cleveland when I lived there, and no word of a lie, there was chandeliers. It was a fancy McDonald's. Walk in and it's all like nice car. There was an actual piano, like a player piano in there, and like there were still booths, but like the booth had like chandeliers. It was like the fanciest McDonald's ever in the history of the world. I think it was in Independence, Ohio. You can look it up. Yeah, I've been there. I also went to the biggest McDonald's in the world, which I think was in, where the heck was that? Florida? I think that was in Florida or on the way to Florida. Yeah, it's a McCafe. It's exactly what it is. So we went to the biggest one in the world, and it is big. So you walk in and it's like, it's massive. The place is really, really big, and you got to walk a long way, and they had like a deli. Like, it was wild what they had in there. Like, you could order a lot of different kinds of food in the biggest McDonald's in the world. They had a lot of space. We had to walk a long way just to get, yeah, I think it was 3 actually, because I remember we came in, and I think the actual restaurant was on level 2, maybe, and then we went up to like a play place. I can't remember exactly, but it was huge. Like, not IKEA huge, but like huge for McDonald's. Bye have a good day at work. No, have a good day at school. You're not going to work. Get a job, kid. No, yeah, you're yeah, have a good day at school. Be careful with your leg. I really liked the McRib back when it was on the regular menu, but I was never go gaga about it after when they pulled it out of the vault. Well, or that stupid sauce, whatever. Yep, bye-bye. Oh. I've been standing for 2 hours. I'm going to sit now. I haven't had a McRib so long. I just remember pickles. That's funny. What's your favorite part of the McRib? The pickles. Oh, well, we still have those. You can get your favorite part of the McRib right now. I saw a comment from Jones forever ago that said something about that's why he needs to play animal well. And I let it go by because I was talking about something else. But can you tell me what you meant? Because that's really funny. I don't understand why they don't bring back the McPizza. Have you tried the pizza? Hello, Yelnick. Have you tried the pizza at Tim's yet? It's awful. My daughter likes it, but it's so bad. It's not good. Like, I would rather have pizza. And I say that 3 times because the name of the Ontario pizza place is called Pizza. So whenever you order pizza from Pizza, you have to say you're getting pizza. And it's terrible. It's cardboard and ketchup. And the Tim Hortons one is worse. There are chemical reasons why they don't make grape dairy stuff. Might be right for you to think because it's purple. Who had a purple what now? You can't buy rib patties. We had ribs from M&M. We went to M&M Meats or M&M, whatever they call it now. And we had the ribs there. Stellar. So good. But you don't get enough. You never get enough. There's no such thing as enough ribs. Are you going for a slice and you're getting a piece of pizza? A piece of pizza. You are. You're getting a piece of pizza. Yep. Like said, the only way pizza is good is if you order it with thick crust, extra sauce, and well done. I always put well done. No, we have Little Caesars and it's better. Little Caesars is better. In my opinion, the way that pizza goes in Ontario, in my experience, is the lowest end would be whatever Tim Hortons creates, but we don't even count that. It's like flatbread with like sauce on it. So we'll go pizza is the lowest. And then after that comes like Little Caesars. And after that comes Domino's. And after that comes like whatever your local version is. Well, there's Mr. Mozzarella and there's a bunch of ones that are like more expensive, a bit more fancy. But like Domino's, to me, if you're gonna order pizza, is the best option. You just go get the one that is in the pan so that it's a deep fried crust and make it well done so it's actually cooked and it's really good. Why do you always have titles that speak to me? That's not an accident, my man. I called your wife and I said, what way can I fix your husband? And she said, can you talk about being a failure, please? No, that didn't happen. We do have Little Caesars. Yeah, which is pretty good. Like, if I go to Little Caesars, I will order crazy bread. I won't even get pizza there. I will get 200 bags of crazy bread because it's so good. Girk says, I just finished my first week of not having a job. Yeah. So if you remember a couple weeks ago, Girk was kind of fighting with himself about, feeling kind of crappy and not being able to do what he wants to do. And then was going to quit his job, but then his job offered him less hours and whatnot. And so he actually decided to quit his job. So this is the first week back of him not having a job with his wife working and him being at home. And I low-key feel like a failure for quitting on a low note at work and not on a high note. Really love helping at church though, and having weekends with my family for the first time in years. But man, I don't feel like a success. It's funny that you say that, Girk, because that's such a big part of your identity is being the best. It's like the number one thing I know about you is that when people talk about you or you talk about yourself, it is your identity is I'm the best at, or I get affirmed by because I'm really great at. and therefore, like like I compensated by becoming the best, getting ranked on Fortnite was, I think, the last one you said. And the idea of your personal affirmation, your value coming from outside of yourself by someone else saying, no, you have value, and I can mark it numerically, right? You go to the car dealership, you can look at how much you sold, look at the numbers. You go to your every single game, and here's the numbers, and here's your ranking, and here's where you're at in the world, and this is what we can tell you. It's chartable, it's accessible. But the world that you're living in now, where you're in the church and you're at home and whatnot, there's nothing to count. And it can be really, really difficult to find value in yourself when there's no widgets, when there's no, at the end of the day, I made 45 of them, or at the end of the day, I made this much money. Because we love getting affirmation through the number system. And when the number system goes away, we start to wonder whether or not we have value. As a pastor, that's certainly something that I think we all struggle with in ministry, and that is our value in our ministry isn't directly connected to numbers, where ironically the only thing you report to your denomination is numbers, baptisms and membership and salvations and attendance. That's what they care about at the denominational level. But you as a pastor, that doesn't reflect the effectiveness of your ministry or your goal in what God wants you to do. But it ends up becoming really, really weird because you feel like a failure, even though you're doing good ministry, but the numbers aren't up, right? You said you called my wife. She's taken. Oh, you can have her. I don't know what she looks like. I hear she makes a lot of money though, so that's good. Is she also hot? Because then obviously I have to not be your friend anymore, because you're not allowed to have both. Crazy. Oh, dude, crazy bread is so good. I used to order 20 bags at a time when I was in school, and I would just put them in the fridge, and I would go back and I would just microwave the crazy bread. Problem with microwave crazy bread is that it gets hard. Like as it gets colder, it gets harder, so you have to eat it quickly. Otherwise, it end up chewing it for quite some time. So you got the whole package. Well, congratulations, Gherkinshiel. Well done. No more complaining for you. When I lived in Toronto in the 90s, all the local pizza chains were having a price war. 2 for 1 was the default. Practically lived on this stuff for months. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember when McDonald's first came to town when I was growing up, they had a burger deal for like 50 cents or something. People filled their freezers. But back to what I was talking about with Gherk. One of the things you're going to have to get used to is finding value in things that aren't numerical. Otherwise, you're just going to go chase them. For example, you're going to try to live vicariously through your kid by putting them in whatever program, say sports or some kind of dance program or some kind of something, where you can check your effectiveness as a parent through the success level of your child, which isn't fair to them. Or you're going to be distracted by home stuff, right? You're going to be like, oh, I got to get a job at home, and I got to go sell this from home, and I got to go whatever, because I need someone to tell me I have value numerically. It's going to be a challenge for you, I think, for a little bit to be able to kind of go, no, what I do has value as a dad and as a churchman and as a husband, even if I can't count it. And that's okay. It's hard to do if you're a numbers guy. Italian cheese bread or pep bread is my favorite. Pep bread? I'm gonna look what that is. Pep bread. Boop. What's pep bread? Oh, it just looks like rolled up pizza. Okay, that sounds good. Pepperoni and bread. Is that what that is? Church needs a lot, so I can volunteer, which is good. And I think we were talking in DM, and you were saying how you don't want to jump into all the positions, and I think that was very wise. Being the new-ish guy with a lot of freedom. I think it could be, it'd be dangerous to walk in there and just I know what I'm doing and give me all the jobs. So yeah, because otherwise you end up doing for your church what you did for the car dealership, and that pouring all your time, energy, money into that, because that gives you an identity and it's going to give you a lot of affirmation, and people are going to be patting you on the back and whatnot. And then you'll actually, the mission that you feel called to right now, which is your family, your wife, your home, will be left behind because you're getting affirmation elsewhere. You might even want to say to your wife, and I don't know if this works, but like if I'm doing a good job, tell me, kind of thing. Like if there's something I need to do, tell me, so that I can find some way to evaluate if I'm being effective as a husband and father and whatnot. It just, because you could drive yourself crazy, because left to your own devices, you could fill every hour of the day. That's not going to help. He said to himself after the long conversation we just had about finding identity in as being a failure who doesn't do enough. It's 2:20. Normally what I do here is I take a little break, but since we've had some people show up, I don't want to take a break just yet. I want to make sure that I connect with you guys and say, hey, how you doing? It's always an AMA. If you got anything you want to bring up or talk about any, we talked for quite a long time about the idea of what it means to have illness, mental illness issues with motivation, and looking at your pile, not doing it and feeling like a failure. How do you process that? Archangel came in and helped a lot, and other people have been doing that. And so I want to make sure that I give a chance to talk about other stuff. So does anybody have anything they want to bring up or a question they want to ask or chat they want to chat about? And then if nothing, I can go get myself some food, and then we'll come back and we'll play some either Minecraft or Animal Well. I don't know which one you want to do, Animal Well or Minecraft. You think you have a hernia? Go get it. You can go get it checked. You don't want that to get out of your way, because all of a sudden you can get really, really sick. Because a hernia is your guts falling out between your muscles, which is bad. You need your guts to be where they're supposed to be. Oh, your nuts hurt when you walk? Yeah, it could be. Yep, could be a hernia. Better to get it checked, because what'll end up happening is you can make the tear worse and more guts fall out, and then it pinches itself off, and that little ball that's sticking out can get in trouble. You don't want that. Okay, I'm starting a poll. It is going to go for a solid minute, and it's just asking the question, what game do you want to play? So if you're listening, lean over, hit the button, tell me what you want to play, and then I'll come back and I'll play whatever that is. Those are the two options before you. Well, I don't think anybody wants to have surgery, but it'd be better to have that. My friend had it. It's not terrible. Basically, it came down to they opened him up a little bit, like a little bit, like a tiny little bit, and they fished a little thing in there and they put a little patch over top of it. That was literally the whole thing. Yes, it's mostly vanilla. It's like 98% vanilla. The only thing on there is a couple anti-griefing things, and then all of my shenanigans when I stream. But other than that, not much. As long as there's animals in the game, I don't care what you play. I don't care. I don't cat what you play. Did you type that on purpose, or did you Freudian slip? Really? Dragon dropped 8,000 points so I can play Minecraft. Let's go. All right. This vasectomy was the worst, and I didn't want to have that experience again. Yeah, I have complications from mine too. It's not as easy as people say, and not always 100% work out. Sometimes you just live with pain for your whole life, and that's just the way it is, which sucks. Hernia surgery when I was 12, pretty quick. Yeah, it's not like an invasive slice you wide open and stuff. It's pretty. You had 2 hernias? Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, we'll come back and we'll play some Minecraft. No problem there. Hiatal hernia fixed. My stomach was 50-50 split in 2. Brutal. Really? Sudden last minute landslide. I saw 27 votes. That's wild. Speaking of voting, I'm gonna go do that. Yeah, you rock and roll, man. Everybody go vote. Good idea. I can't vote. They won't let me. They're gonna max. The government's gonna keep in power for as long as legally possible, because they know they're gonna get booted faster than anything after they call an election. Yeah, and it's even easier now, right? Sunshine's exactly right. I had a large poop and had several itches. Wow, dude. All right. That must have been a monumental poop. So if you've torn some stuff, then it'd probably be a good idea to go get that checked out. I mean, you know that already. I don't have to tell you. But I will say that the complications that come from not getting checked out can be pretty serious if you don't. Like, it's not one of those, I'm just going to live with it, suck it up, hopefully it goes away. Sometimes it can make life worse, and then you do have to have surgery, which is sucky. Like, for me, I was diagnosed with a couple things, and it just, if you don't, like, the worst thing I saw, golly, the worst symptom I saw for the thing that I have, which is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, the worst symptom was, what do they call it? Perpetual itching or terminal itching or something. It was basically like, you will just always be itchy forever because of whatever happens in the body, and you will never be able to not be itchy. And I'm like, that's terrifying, man. That's so scary. Yeah, Dragon has a lot of points. Every time I turn on the points thing, it means that whoever's on here that's got a ton of points is gonna just slam. Or if they're trying to save up, they won't. I don't know. Dragon Daddy Bear says, I waited way too long to go to the doctor. Don't push the hernia. If you aren't going to the doctor, look up McGill Big 3 on YouTube. Squat University has great videos. What? Okay, I'm gonna leave that Dragon Daddy Bear saying that because I don't know any of the words that you put in a row. I had enflad. Oh, that's the thing that I have. Itchy. I was itchy and word itchy and reverse that. Okay. Itchy bad. I can't imagine. Dragon Age the Veilguard is so overhated, by the way. I saw some clips of it, and I saw I saw both sides. I saw someone who was playing it and kind of enjoying it, and they thought the story was interesting enough. And then I saw some people that were like, oh, the story's terrible, and it's so, liberal and PC and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I bet if I watched it, I would like it. Like, for example, everybody that I know online said that Agatha All Along was terrible and horrible and bad, and sat down and watched it with my son, and we watched it, and it was actually pretty good. It was interesting. It was kind of funny. It was all right. It was cheesy. It was cheap. And then in the end, they completely screwed up the ending. The last episode is an absolute travesty. But it wasn't a terrible, the worst thing ever. So I'd imagine the same thing, Veilguard is gonna be good. It's fine because they put the work in. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, which is okay. The question is, do you drop $60 on it? I got bad news yesterday and found out that I can't actually get the update for, like, the $10 update for Horizon Forbidden West because I bought it on GOG, and the only place that you can't get the upgrade is GOG. So that sucks, and I'm really bummed about it because I really wanted to see it in a higher resolution because it's such an amazing game. But now I don't get to do that, which makes me sad. Its RPG, runs well, and has good gameplay, just like Hogwarts. Yeah, there you go. If it's fun, what do you want? Yeah, sure, maybe you got to sit through some cutscenes, but is the game fun? They did the same thing with what was that game that came out recently? It was a game number 2. It was like 14 years in between. Sorry, 14 years in between versions. And Dragon Age? No, was it? No, it wasn't Dragon Age. You just said that. But it's another RPG, and apparently it was flawed. Like, it had some bugs and it had some weird stuff. But if you played the game itself was fun. Am I talking about Dragon Age? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Because that's the one that triggered thought. What? Dragon's Dogma. No, that's it. Yeah, I'm thinking Dragon's Dogma. That's exactly the one I'm thinking. And it was, it lambasted by some people, but apparently it was actually pretty fun. It just, you got to get into the game and know what the game is for what you want to do. It's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be exactly like the game you like. It's different, and that's a good thing. Good stream game? Because it's got choices? Probably. Banana says, I hate being itchy. I have a lingering autoimmune disease that just made me constantly itch because my immune system decided that my skin was a foreign object. Mostly cleared up, but I still get flares of it. Oh, that sucks. Allergic to your own skin. That sounds like just the worst, man. That sounds like the worst thing ever. Become allergic to your own skin. I saw a quote about it, says Gurk, and said that it's a game with no microtransactions, no bugs, runs well, no DLC plans, no storefront, no early access, everything on day one, can be played offline, no multiplayer, and also most hated game of the year. Makes no sense. It's all the things the haters want. Yeah, you can please some of the people some of the time. Just, the thing is, it's such an investment for people who don't have a lot of money. If you're gonna buy a game and that's gonna be the game you play this year, it's so hard these days. Because you're like, yeah, obviously the company that developed, say, the Dark Knight franchise or the Batman franchise is putting out one for DC, and it's going to be multiplayer. That sounds great. And it turned out to be absolute, horrible garbage. Whereas you're like, okay, I'm not going to go get Baldur's Gate 3 because, it's going to be old. It's going to be weird. It's going to be like, it's not going to be as fun. And it turns out to be this amazing game that they just blew out of the water. And you never know what to buy, and you can't spend a ton of money on it because they're all very expensive. Archangel says, I 100% agree with the ending of Agatha. It felt like a kid that had a 1,000-word essay realized the last paragraph he needed to wrap it up. It felt like what they did is they're like, we have 6 episodes worth of content and they need 7. What are we going to do for and they found out, and like when they were done recording episode 5, oh no, we need you to do another episode. And like, what? We're done. We finished. Nope. And so they just added a whole section where they walked through the forest for 40 minutes or however long it was. I had to take a semester off uni because of it. Oh, brutal. During the roughest part of it, I was probably sleeping for 18 hours a day because of the medicine I took to help the itching made me pass out. That sounds crappy, and I don't want that. The thing is, but I also really like sugar. Which makes it hard. $60 when every other game is 70. It's also cheaper than other ones. That's funny. I've got so many games that I can play. Like, I could go back to Final Fantasy. I could go back to because I only did like 10% of Final Fantasy. I'd go back to Horizon Forbidden West or Zero Dawn. I only did like 20% of that game. I can go back to all kinds of games that I started, went through the main story, and didn't do any side stuff. I could totally do that. I'm playing Wuthering Waves right now. Chat hates it, so I'm not going to play it on stream. But it's a free game, and I think it's really, really fun. So it's, but there's a lot of things I could be doing. I'm looking at my desktop because every time I install a game, it sticks it on my stupid desktop. And it's like, yeah. Another game I just got recently. Oh, I didn't get it. My daughter got it, and I have access. Is Tiny Glade. We're definitely playing that on stream. Tiny Glade is going to be part of my stream at some point because it's so cool looking. I haven't played XtianNinja. Well, the new, in my opinion, it's fun. It's way more fun than any of the Genshin stuff. I think the new characters, the new story is like the recent story is really touching. Like legitimately good writing, legitimately good acting. The gameplay that they're giving and the stuff that they're giving away, like the leveling of your characters, is way easier. The stuff they're adding to the game, like for example, you can be near just any teleporter and you'll heal, not just the big ones. That really helps. They've done everything they possibly can to make it easier on people to grind and to get through their dailies and really enjoy. Yeah, like they've done tons of updates to just make life better for anybody who's playing. And 1.4 is coming out on November 14th, I think. And it's going to have a huge update. They added a new place recently called the Black Shores. So pretty. It bugs me that chat won't let me play it. But like, it's a beautiful environment with like glowing fish and it's just so cool. And the Shorekeeper story, very cool. Like I really like it. I think it's very worth playing. I just couldn't play it all with all that I had going on. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, plus you play a lot of things, so yeah. I think you'll really love the side stuff for Horizon Forbidden West. Zero Dawn is not nearly as good. I think if I were to do it, I'd do Forbidden West, especially considering we have the DLC as well. Forbidden West DLC is got a whole another section there that I can go wander around. For sure. I don't hate Woo-Wah, but I'm usually lurking. I mean, I can understand why people wouldn't like it. If you're not an anime geek like I am, or like a lot of it's reading, because a lot of it's not voice acted, and the writing itself can be really tedious in every game I've played, whether it be Honkai Star Rail or Genshin or any of it. They put way too many words for what they're trying to accomplish, because as soon as you run out of game, it gets boring and they haven't updated it yet. So they stretch it out with lots and lots of words. And I don't want to sit here and read all that, right? So often you just get through this. What do you want me to do? Walk over there and get you a flower? Okay, why are we spending so much time on this? And it ends up becoming, not great content. And so I can totally understand why it's like that. But it's at the same time, I find the gameplay itself very cool. Watching me farm echoes, I can see being not cool. But doing it myself at night when don't want to do anything else, it's fun. I think it's fun. I had enough. I got a new character and I wanted to level her up, and I had enough just kind of in the bank that I could take her right all the way to the top, give her a 5-star weapon the whole 9 yards. Didn't have to pay a cent. All because of what Kuro gave me. I think I'm finally over Star Rail. Only so long you can play a turn-based game, and now that I think I'm home, I don't want to play on mobile. Well, I got to the point by the end on Star Rail, like when I left before 2.1, was I did them all on autoplay. Like when you're at the point where you're starting the game and then you hit go and then go brush your teeth and then go get yourself a coffee, and then you hit go and then you go do other things, well, the game plays itself. Like, what are you doing? It's like at that point it's cookie clicker. Like it's just why are you putting hours into this cookie clicker game? And then, like I said before, as soon as they got rid of the story, like when they went, oh, I know you have these main characters and we've started as stories, we're gonna go another direction completely. I lost interest. All they had to do was stick with the story with even the main character, or just March 7th to tell me what's going on with her. I probably would have been invested. But as soon as they added a bunch of characters, which is of course what they do, you have to, because that's what makes you money, new characters, I ended up losing interest. But I gave my whole heart to that game. I did it all. Not a single thing was left. Not a single box was unopened. I did it all. You like that story? Yeah, I can't wait for months. Well, Wuthering Waves has, like, I think I just finished it. I was able to do, because I stopped basically when you stopped, give or take, and I was able to do all the stories probably in 15 hours, maybe. And I took my time because I was trying to enjoy it, and I was farting around and leveling my characters. Right, I haven't beaten everything in the game. I'm not leveled up enough. I need to get another level of the world. But once I can do that, then I'll, Anyway, that's enough talking about that. I'm gonna take a little break. Apparently there's a pizza upstairs waiting for me. I managed to manifest pizza into the universe just by talking about it. So hooray for me. And I'm gonna go eat a little bit of that. We'll bring it down. Then we're gonna jump back into Minecraft. If you don't know, here's a really good announcement for you. If you're a Minecraft person, I've opened up the Minecraft server to everybody who I care about and love and know. Okay, we're gonna pause there. You have to be one of my people, because I'm not gonna just open it to the world. Don't invite your friend. All right, later. Like, don't invite people I don't know. Don't invite people who are not part of the fam squad. This is a fam squad thing. So if you want to play Minecraft and you want to be part of a server just for the fam squad and people who are associated with the taco people that I trust, I said that, right? If like Samus is like, this person's gonna be fine, let him on. Okay, sure, no problem. It's free. You don't gotta pay me nothing. It's vanilla. It's got anti-griefing. It's got some achievement stuff, and I'll be on there. So if you want to do that, it's open. Go check out the announcement, and we'll find a way to get you on there. Hopefully after stream or reasonably. I can whitelist people. It's both Bedrock and Java, so you can be either one. You just got to tell me which one you are and what your username is, and we can figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Well, Dragon, you come in and you want to get all the things. I actually wrote a rule specifically for you. You and DP. There's a rule in the rules that is like literally talking about Dragon and DP. That's because yeah, it won't be able to do that. You can't do that. Come and build. What I want it to be is a place where we can be creative and fun together. If it ends up being this is my Minecraft world where I'm going to play by myself, for myself, doing things that nobody else can do, and just gathering resources, go do that on your own private computer. Okay, get your own world, build the lag farm of your dreams on your own private world. If you're gonna come into this world, build something nice. Let's play together. Let's hang out, you know, and do something silly and build a little bridge to each other or whatever, but nothing like crazy, right? Well, not you, but like people went nuts on that server. Granted, you could, because the system was built with, or Minecraft wasn't built with the system in mind that we created. You could do some pretty wild stuff. That's what I'm envisioning. It's just a nice place for us to hang out, make a little town, make a little bunch of bases and whatever, and having fun, and then we go and kill the dragon together. But I don't think it's meant, I know it's not. It's not meant for people to come in and make it their own private land where they're far away from someone and not doing anything, or doing their own thing. It should be we're around each other, enjoys each other, builds a thing around each other. I want to come visit your base and see what's going on. Shelves plans for burying the entire server in bamboo. It makes a fun noise when you cut it down, though. That's kind of fun. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a bit of pizza. I'll be back. Do me a favor, 3 things. Number 1, could you please !web? Could you check out my newsletter? Sign up for it. I think I'm putting out some good stuff, and I think it's really helpful, or at least interesting. Number 2, could you please tell a friend? The only way we're gonna grow here is if you tell folks that I exist, because it's not working otherwise. Nobody's finding me on YouTube or otherwise, so it has to come word of mouth. And the third thing is, write the word !, do a thing too, and then pick your favorite person in chat and see what happens. Something fun will happen, I promise. I'll see you very soon. Ta-da. I love it when you end. I don't know if you guys are like me, but like when you get into the car, you turn on the radio and like a song is starting, or like you're driving around, you get to the end of your trip, and then like as you pull into the driveway, the song on the radio is like ending. It's just, to me anyway, that's like a special moment. That's maybe I'm crazy, but it's the small things in life, man. It's the small things in life that make it more interesting. All right, we're gonna fire this up. I am going to, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, change to Minecraft. Minecraft. And what we're gonna do is we're going to have music, but we're gonna keep it chill. So we're just gonna do some lo-fi chill music. Gonna go all the way down here to Harris Heller. Yeah, I don't know about him. Don't tell him I said that. It'll be all. What did Ninja say? That guy who I definitely respect and want to go and learn a lot from? Harris is good. I like Harris. He's an interesting guy because of his, I guess his natural proclivity towards, what did he say he has? At least some kind of learning disability or whatever. And it ends up being like sort of a fuel. But for that lets his content go. He's just kind of embraced it. Now it's raining. The heck? You know what would help? A roof. So here's what we're doing today. Hello, kitty cat. Chicken, you can't go in. Looking over the scene I started right a few weeks ago. Apparently, one of my villains, Megron. Not sure how I feel about it. Well, I think the name needs to reflect the personality. Like you're trying to give someone a handle to hold on to when it comes to the name, right? So a Megron, when I hear that, I immediately think a woman who is evil and robotic. That's my thought. Because usually Ron, because Megatron or whatever, but you put a Ron whatever at the end of it, it sounds sort of robotic. And then MEHG, so it sort of kind of sounds like Megan. So that's my thought. And just because it's such an aggressive, lots of consonants, it seems to me that it is it's a name of a bad woman. All right, so we're doing some stuff right now. We're gonna be doing some stuff. First off, I'm gonna go get a bucket because if anybody wants to, you can affect my game, ! Minecraft, and you'll be able to affect my game. I am going to go get a bucket of water because I realized that one of the things you guys can do is yeet me into the sky. Oh, I don't need a bucket of water. I have water. I'm not dumb. I do need to catch some bad guys, catch some sheep. Yes, we're gonna make sure that I don't screw this up. Did I do that wrong? I screwed that up. What? Nope. Character's male, hundreds of years old magic user. I think then I don't think it's bad. Is he good guy or bad guy? Dark out now. I'm gonna go to bed. He's bad. Okay, then I think you nailed it. I only said female because that Meg, but Megatron is a Meg. He's bad and a boy. So no, that's good. But if you're sick of it, right? Change it. Just when I think that I'm sick of my pizza, I have more pizza, and it's good. I need a, what is it called? Compost. What? Composter. Isn't it called a composter? What's the thing that you can put all your seeds in? No, it's because of pizza. Isn't it called a composter though? Man, I need a roof. Really bad. What's first, roof or farm? Probably farm. I'm gonna need to eat. It's called a composter. Why can't I find it? Right. Is it because I haven't made a slab yet? Chokes to death on. There we go. All right. Okay. I made slabs. Now can I make a composter? I can. That's dumb. Whoa! Hello! Good to see you, DDB. How you made it doing, man? I need to put my composter up. Hello, all the pigs in my house. You don't need to be here. And you're gonna let that monster in if you keep standing there, buddy. That's not a good place to stand. Get out of my house. Tell you what, DDB, get out of my house. Who broke my sign? I want my axolotl back. I'm afraid he died of asphyxiation in a wall. So I'd love to give it back to you. Your goat, yeah, was not nice to him. He didn't try to save him even a little bit. Okay, we can start that, and that's a good start to the farm. I am going to now get that composter going. That's what I need. Put the composter here. It goes by the farm, obviously. Then I'm gonna literally put 4,000 flowers in it because I have so many. Wow, I'm gonna have bone meal for days. Look at that. That's so many. And I think they're gonna keep growing. Like, I honestly think that they're like, it's not like when it gets, when you generate the world, that it just generates all the flowers and doesn't stop. Like, it will keep putting them out, I think. Meanwhile, the server is going, what are you doing? Whoop. I'm making my own lag farm. Literally, farm full of lag. Let's go. Look at all that bone meal. Fantastic. I need a roof though. Let's not kid ourselves here. You explore more bone meal, the grass get yeah, that's true. The bone meal grass, you get more flowers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me try that. Just for kicks and giggles. If I go here and because there's nothing here and I bone meal. Boop. Ah! That is way too many things. And none of them are pink. Okay. You can you can bone meal the petals. Let me try that then. I would need to learn all the mechanics. Here's what I do, okay? Let's find a lonely one. I'm just a lonely boy. Bap. Bap? Oh, it just pops out. Okay, that wasn't what I expected. This tree is never going to grow for whatever reason, so it has to die. I'm going to go put it over here. I need trees, man. I just know that's true. There could be up to 4 petals on one block. Yeah, I knew that. I think. Yeah, because it's all separate. And if I'd imagine if I bone meal this one, I'll get a smaller amount of petals. Is that the deal? I don't know, maybe not. Regardless. It doesn't matter. It's time for me to go get a freaking roof. So what are we gonna make the roof out of? More pink? That would be a little too much pink. Would that be too much pink? I think it would. Plus I don't have windows. I don't even have iron, okay? That's how bad a situation we're in right now. I don't even have iron tools. Let's maybe start the game. Hello, DDB. Good to see you. Welcome. Why don't you go out? Just leave, both of you. Feel free. Just take off. No? Here. Go ahead. No? Behind you. Fine. You know what? I'm just going to take them all down. Because I'm going to do that anyway. For the love of ducks. Thank you, Samus. Appreciate that. Samus is a pig. I'm going to now make myself some tools out of my copious amounts of equipment here. Boop. And then axe, obviously. And then pickaxe, obviously. And then what was the other thing? Probably not a sword. Maybe a sword? Actually, this is I probably should get a sword now that I think about it. Because it's a little dangerous out here. Oh, shovel. No, I think I need a shovel more than I need a sword. So we'll just do that. Shovel. Boop, shovel. Cool. Get out of my house, Samus. Why do you keep opening the door if you don't want to go anywhere? You're like a cat. What about a shield? I've never been a shield guy. Never ever been a shield guy. I think they get in the way of what I see. Honestly, no, that's exactly why. I look at them and I'm like, you know what? It's in the way. I don't like it. We're gonna put glass here instead of. If you're in the way, you're gonna get killed, pig. That's the way it is. I do not discriminate. Murder will happen. Go away. What? Use the carrot to lead the pigs out. What happens with 39 bits? Something good? I'm gonna scroll up. 39 is chickens. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Chickens. All right, good. I got a farm. I'm farming and I got a farm. That's what matters. I'm gonna put glass up. So I'm gonna put glass here. See, we're fine. Everything's great. Boop. Just gonna make sure that I've got a plan. I've got so much glass. I love that it joins. If you don't have this particular shader pack, I love that the glass joins. Otherwise, you can't see through it. My house, yeah, I know. My house is now a barn. Don't worry, we'll fix that. I have seeds. I have seeds, and I know how to get rid of these birds. I don't think I have anything that can attract a pig, though. Because pigs like root vegetables. Why not pains? Ah! Why not pains? Because they're a pain? I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't have an answer to that question. Other than because Minecraft uses rectangles, and I use rectangles. You know, chickens, you seem real committed to being in here. Why don't you not be? Move. You're lucky I work around you. You could die. I'm being a generous farmer. Yay, they all left. Ha! It all worked out. I'm not a barn anymore. I'm also not a house. I'm just a series of walls. Let's get the roof going. We're gonna just put some things away here. I need the logs, which is good. I don't need this. There's a lot of things I don't need. Like that or that. Put my iron away. I definitely don't need wool right now. Why do I have so many flowers? This is what happens when you go into a cherry blossom place. You just get so many cherry blossoms. I could probably go get some lava and make myself a garbage too. I'm not at the place where I think we necessarily need to have a garbage, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to get full and I know I'm not going to be able to have much to work with. Like, not much space, I mean. Therefore, throwing things out in the garbage. I hate inventory management. It's like my least favorite thing in every game, but you just can't get away from it. That's just how the game works. Not the most exciting stuff to do, but nonetheless, it's got to be done. I have a lantern. Okay, I have lights and a lantern. Good. I think we're good. I can put this here. I'm going to put that there. I can make a bunch more. Why is it so sunny and also raining? Oh, it's not. That's better. Jeepers, that was getting annoying. Cool. Let's head up. I want to do slabs. Should we just do slabs? I have to move all my lanterns if I do that. Let's yeah, we'll do that and then that. Oh, see, I went over my little land. See, it's like, oh, that's not safe. Somebody could come by and mine that. So, because I made my house the exact distance of my land, so it's reminding me of that, which is kind of fun. I like that because my very first server, we spent a lot of time. We hung out there. It was a lot of fun, and I thought, you know what, we're gonna bring in some people that need friends, etc., etc. And it ended up being kind of a disaster because there was a bunch of griefers on there, and I couldn't make them stop. It was kind of sucky. Yep. What? How do I? Is it this? Oop, and then oop. It is. In fact, I need more of those. Clink, 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 clink. Let's go up. Oh man, do I really need to do this over and over and over? There's got to be a better way. What would Grian do? WWGD. Creepers were heavy griefers, needed to light things up and a wall in it. It was, I mean, no, maybe, but there was a serious issue with griefing in that it was, we invited a couple kids up is what ended up happening. And those kids just came in and were just opening everything, doing everything all the time. Just, and it's not that I minded, it's just that when it became annoying, and it was like, the problem was we didn't know who did it. And so we ended up having to go, okay, listen, if you're going to do, whoever's doing that, stop. And it didn't stop. And then I'm like, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. Green, what'd you say? What'd you say? Green would get supplies before even thinking about a base? Oh, okay. Goes to start typing, instantly feels like what I'm doing is stupid. Ah, don't do that. Believe me, the level of stupid that you bring to the table isn't even close to what I can do. It's Not, it's a challenge. If I put this, is going to be the right spot? Yay! It is! Hooray! All right. I kind of like that. Looks like a roof-ish. Yeah, I told you. It looks like a roof. Kitty cat agrees. Samus the cat. Believe me, there's 0% judgment here for whatever you're going to type. I mean, I might turn it into a joke, but I promise you, at no point am I ever thinking that person is dumb. I only ever think, thank you for commenting. Anytime you put things into chat, it makes my life a little bit better. Because it's really hard to keep the content going myself, you know what I mean? Besides, how are you going to know if it's creative and interesting? You don't bounce it off some folks. Did I do it? Am I good? Time to do the next level. Boop, boop. I don't even need that one, do I? I can recover that. Boop. Ha ha ha. Don't fall in, you dummy. Whoop. See? Oh no, but not about that. Oh, typing my story. Oh, I still. Hey, maybe we can help. Maybe we can help. Give us something to work with. What do you want? What do you want? What kind of story you making? Make it bedtime. I am not dealing with grief or bad guys. Does Staples sell keyboards and mouse wrist holders? Oh, you mean the like the cushy thing that I have holding up my wrist? Probably. You're not gonna get a pretty one though. You're just gonna get some weird looking ugly one. Everybody in chat, Banana, is super on your side when it comes to you being creative. Everybody wants to read your book. Everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to encourage you. Not a single person in chat would say, "Don't do that," or that what you did is dumb. Not one. We love Banana. Mm-hmm. King Arthur has returned to save the world, except this time Arthur's female and has magic powers. I watched that anime. It was called Fate. And it was a little weird when they kept calling the girl Arthur. I'm like, Arthur's a boy's name. What are you doing? It turns out he's King Arthur. What a girl. And with magic powers. And I really liked it. It was very creative. I think it's a great take. It's interesting. It's different. Bah! No, that's not gonna work. Doodle-doodle-doo, doo-doo, doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. I don't usually listen to my lo-fi mix anymore because it makes me super sleepy. But every now and again, especially Minecraft, man. It's designed to be lo-fi. We need lo-fi if we're going to be playing Minecraft. It's sleepy and it's meant to be. Queen Artura. Ooh. Actually not bad at all. Queen Artura. Actually, one thing what I like when our authors do is in their mind is when they put something in like sort of like not an Easter egg, but more along the lines of you see where they're coming from. You right there, Zach? Where it's like suddenly you have this sort of realization where you're like, Queen Artura is King Arthur. Whoa! And then all of a sudden, the stuff that you've been reading and you've been thinking and wondering and why did he do that suddenly all comes into view, and you're like, oh yeah, oh wow, I get it, And I don't know, I like that feeling. And if an author can give me that momentary realization of making me feel smart, I haven't exactly decided what to do about diddly ding dong darn it. Okay. I don't know what to do at the end of the house. Ow. One of these days, I'm going to get this roof done, and then I'll never have to go up here again until I decide to take down the entire base because I don't like it anymore. Because that's what you do. This is a starter home, okay? If you don't like this, just say, hey, that's a starter home. All right. For a starter home. Wow, I need way more slabs. That sucks. So she comes from a broken home. Dad's not around. Haven't decided to start his story yet. Mom lives in a kind of dream world where she always wanted to be a fairy. But obviously she didn't get that life. So she forced it on her daughter. Gave her a fairy-like name, dressed her as a fairy. Kids bullied her. Her mom either goes so far off the deep end with her mental health, it becomes abusive. So when the daughter turns 18, she moves out and cuts contact. Is this a fantasy world or a real world? Or is it going to be one of those ones where it seems like it's a real world thing and all of a sudden you get isekai'd? And you're like, actually, you are King Arthur and you really were a fairy and your mother was right all along and she wasn't crazy. She actually has, she had good reason to say what she did. Those are all sometimes interesting. All right, let's go. Boop, 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 boop. I think, maybe. Fantasy Adventure starts off in modern day, but ends up merging with modern and medieval world to make a mashup of the two. That sounds like yeah, I like that a lot. And I like it because it's, it not only deals with some like current issues and whatnot, but it allows people to kind of put themselves in the place of what if my insane mother or whatever was onto something. I don't know. That may be dangerous for some people to think, but it's an interesting take when it comes to having a mother or a relative with mental illness, and you find out that their reality was the correct reality. That twist is usually a really good one for me, anyway. But if you're someone who's lived with an abusive parent, who literally lives in a fantasy world, because some people do, it might not be as cool. Here, I thought I'd made way too many slabs, and I didn't even make enough. I have to go all the way to the nether to make I have to go all the way to the nether if I want to be able to make some lantern chains. Kind of dumb, but that's okay. Gives me something to do. I want chains on my lanterns. I want to light my house, at least this one, with lanterns. How's that look? We're going to have to go far away to take a look at this thing. How far can we go? Probably up the mountain. Boink, over the cat. Boink, over the hill. Boink. Daughter works for a few years, get herself in a good place, saves up, gets a place of her own, then goes back to school to become a lawyer, gets her JD, and decides she wants a PhD in law. So she's in the tail end of her PhD career when the story starts. That sounds neat because the contrast of law, which is very much, rooted in reality and very much rooted in logic and trying to, competition and whatnot, whereas kingship is in the realm of service and has a more and it's not really like lawyers and fantasy don't go well together. They're not supposed to be fanciful. How'd I do? I need to click. I'm like, good. Hello? I need to click the ground with a stick. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to see things. Hold on. Oh. Boop. Boop. I know. Turn off my thingy. I'm sure it'll turn itself off at some point. It's just kind of ruining my vibe. I think I need to put blocks up. Yeah, I think lanterns are the way to go. It's just going to be a nicer. Lovely. Where's my lantern? I think I have 2. I might even have more than 2. Nope, just 2. There. And there. What? I have a roof, okay? I mean, I'm hearing judgment in your voices, but I will say that it's you're not saying it, my brain is saying it. It's only me. It's like, I don't know about that. Whoops. Taking a bit. Boop, 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 boop. I think that's it. No, I didn't finish it. That's why. That's why it looks a little weird. Not because I made it look weird. Contrasts are what makes stories interesting, right? We actually had a meeting yesterday. You might want to come, Banana. There's an idea. So we had a meeting yesterday talking about stories. What makes a story interesting? They invited me to come talk because obviously I'm a creator and we tell stories on the channel. And it ends up being one of the corrections that I made for people was that there needs to be stakes. There needs to be a reason for the story, regardless of what the story is. I'm not going to be invested until I know why it's important. It needs to be important to you, important to the storyteller, important to the character. Something has to happen that's important. And if you don't have a reason for it, or if you don't have some kind of quote unquote stakes, then I won't care either, right? But one of her professors has some unspoken beef with her, so he's constantly giving her bad grades and making her work harder than the rest of the class to get good grades. One night, she walks home from study, but gets lost. Mystical magic stuff happens, and she gets found. But when she returns to society after being lost, she's dealing with trauma of what happened, plus the stress of her professor. So do you get to go to, are we going to see the trauma? Keep hearing a monster, and I want to deal with it. Where is he? Yeah, you. Whoop, hello. What the heck? Hello. You die. Thank you. That was annoying. I don't like him. Cool. I hate it when there's noises, man. Yeah, are we going to spend time in her world but she gets sucked in? I read a book back in the day, like a long time ago, called Magic Kingdom for Sale Sold by Robert somebody. And it really affected me. Like when I was a kid, it really affected me because it was kind of the first high fantasy book I'd ever really spent any time with. And the premise of it was, what if someone was pulled into the fantasy world and they were pulled in because they were supposed to buy the place. From what I remember. Her magic spider started to develop, but she doesn't know what's going on, and her cat has secretly been Merlin watching over her and waiting for the right moment to start training her to become ruler heroine she's supposed to be. But she was busy and wasn't listening to her cat. The moral of the story is you should be listening to your cat, right? That ends up being the moral of the story. Everybody should be listening to their cat more. I think you got a great premise. I think that's a good place to start. There's a place to go. There's intrigue. Also, talk to your cat. Yeah, exactly. So there's intrigue. There's a reason for being. There's conflict. There's something to grab onto when it comes to stakes. I think it's a good start. Although I haven't really heard the stakes yet. Like, why does she care? Why does anybody care what she's gonna do? Who's the antagonist, in other words, right? Now what am I came up with this whole thing and I don't know what I'm gonna put in this hole. Merlin is still the ancient wizard from the original legend who's been alive the entire time. Just morphs into her cat. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Still though. Your cat, you never know. Your cat could be a secret agent or something. I'm missing. Okay, whatever. Hi, Dag and Daddy Bear. Good to see you. I have a farm. I have a roof. I don't have a floor. We need to go find something that looks good as a floor. I don't know what that would be. Stone, maybe? Bricks? Carpet? I'm gonna go dig down here. Diggy diggy hole. Gotta be something down here. Hello. Boop. Okay, cool. Thank you. Do 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 do. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. What? I found coal. Calm down, me. We were on a seed yesterday. Like we said we were going to do that PvP, and we were on a seed yesterday, and I couldn't believe how many resources there were on that seed. It was crazy. Like, I mean, everywhere you looked was iron or coal or everything, man. It was great. I'm gonna have XP for days, which would be great, but I don't have any iron, and I remember this seed being difficult to find iron. You had to go a certain place. Pretty sure that's... Yep, that's copper. Let's go to my biggie hole. I don't want a diggy hole. I want my biggie hole. XP for days until you don't. I mean, what I watched. I can't remember who was the creator. I don't know if Wholesome if you're listening anymore, but we were watching a creator yesterday, and it was crazy to see these hermits start like day one, and all of a sudden they have an enchanting table, and I'm like, what the flip? It's day one. How do you have an enchanting table? Yeah. Problem is I don't really have a plan right now. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do, because I know kind of in my brain what I want to do. I know I need a floor at some point. Banana says, I'm thinking her professor. You're so behind on YouTube videos. Are you editing for the story one? The roleplay server, you mean? I'm thinking her professor is secretly Mordred. Oh yeah. I figured out how to work Morgana in, but once Merlin feels like she's gained enough to control over her powers, gives her choice between either the modern day world or the medieval world. Okay. Which will each have different reasons for her to want to choose them. But she makes the choice to merge the two, and that's when all the evil shenanigans and plots start. Wow, that sounds like you're already on book 3 by that point, right? Like I totally get what you're saying when it cut. This is going to be an epic thing, because that's a lot. Oh, watching YouTube videos on yeah. Well, because you're probably watching more than one. Well, I was watching just one. I can't remember her name, but she was cool. She was really good. And she was smart. She wasn't like, yes, she was entertaining, but she wasn't being dumb for entertainment's sake. She actually seemed to have a brain in her head. Yeah. So I like that. I like that idea of the series. Although I will say it does sound like, the Greek god one, Percy Jackson. It's got a Percy Jackson vibe to it. Is that sort of what it's inspired by? Started Mumbo Jumbo. The Green was the only one I ever watched. I only ever watched Green. I tried to watch Scar, didn't like it. Tried to watch the guy with a really cool voice. Can't remember his name, but he's got a really good voice. I thought, oh yeah, he's gonna be good. I like his voice. He turned out he was just like kind of dull. And so I only liked Green. But this girl, who I can't remember her name again, she was good. Yeah, Smallish Beans is the partner that she had this time. So I got to see a lot of him. Gemini. There you go, Gemini. I'm having snowball flavored, I think. No, not, I can't ever remember, but it's snow. I'm having snow flavored Rogue today, and it's delicious. Haha. He jumped into his own thing again. All right, I want to go down the hole, the diggy diggy hole, or the biggie biggie hole, so I can get some biggie biggie stuff. It's a long way down. Oh, by the way, guess what I did yesterday? Turned on the ability to lose your, like, we're not doing keep inventory anymore. Turn that off because it's way more interesting and risky and entertaining if you have something to risk. Hi, Chrono. I didn't miss it yet. I did start with a prompt. I was giving my 10th grade creative writing class, and later on I was watching the BBC show Merlin. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Merlin. Yeah. My daughter liked that one. She watched that for a while. Snow. Yeah, it's snowstorm is what it's called. Snowstorm. I always think it's called snowball. It's called snowstorm. And snowstorm is pretty cool, actually. I really like it. It's pretty tasty. Like, if you're like, what does it taste like? I can't tell you. It's like they mixed everything together. Like, and I'm not even trying to exaggerate. Tastes like it's like watermelon, also strawberry, also grape, also everything, all mushed together. What was I doing here? Oh, I wanted to create some torches, which means I need sticks. Boop, sticks, and then boop, and torches. Cool. We're just gonna fill this place with torches. I do not want any more freaking mobs. I'm gonna play this game like I'm supposed to be playing it. Skelly boy, I heard him. Didn't that? I thought bubblegum was vanilla, but maybe I could be wrong. But I thought the bubblegum flavor was designed to be was a vanilla flavor. Same with cream soda. It's just another way of saying vanilla. I might be wrong. Am I gonna have to make my entire floor out of copper? Is that just that's what we're doomed to be here? I've got so much copper now. Cream soda is vanilla E. Bubblegum. Oh, bubblegum is not. Okay. I couldn't remember what but bubblegum was supposed to be flavored, but that sounds like a good, fair enough story. It's all the flavors. Bubblegum is a trade secret. Oh, there you go. See? That's cool. I'm lighting up the place. I need to. I'm gonna be here for a while. I don't want anything sneaking up behind me. I have the desire to write this story for years. But the prioritized moment feels ridiculous. Like, why create this made-up world that contributes nothing? Oh, that's not true. That is the voice of the enemy in your head. People need stories. Humans run on stories. We don't remember jack freaking squat unless you put it to a story. If you want people to care about something, if you want them to have any kind of bravery, it's all story. That's how it works. People are story-driven creatures. So therefore, the more stories we have in the world, especially ones like you're talking about, that have a sense of weight to them, you know, like the actual. Whoa! Stop it, brain. I think that has a lot of value. I don't think you should sell that short, and I don't think it contributes nothing to society. In fact, one of the reasons that you are enjoying, like, you want to do it, is because you were inspired by another story. Oh no! No! Come back! What was that? What? Oh, he turned into a drown. The trapdoor stops the chicken riders? There's chicken riders already? I hope not. Okay. We're going to keep going down there. And we're going to make our way to the place where they are. I agree. It contributes greatly. We need stories. People who write stories and can do a good job at it. They're the people who change the world. Because like, you need soldiers for sure. But if everybody was a soldier, this wouldn't be a very great world. You need poets, right? You need people who are able to speak to that, because the poets inspire the soldiers. And the soldiers protect the poets. We need each other. Same thing with story makers. Like, the reason that the poet is inspired is because he listened to music. The reason that he listened to music was because he, read a story about whatever. Like, we need all these people. Otherwise, our life ends up being very dull and very, I don't know, basic, Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go kill that drown now. All right, hello, drown. Please don't have anything other than... You're gross sounding, and you need to die for it. Bap, 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 bap. I said bap, and then a double bap. Thank you. Everything needs a light, because I don't want to get killed. This is a long, long hole. I'm just being all willy-nilly here, but, like, legit, that's a big hole. Cool. Okay, boop. This is where I'm gonna mine, so it needs to be safe. I know art is important. I've had plenty of moments when I'm reading a book and escape reality, but right now it feels like more like one of my overthinking moments where I create a scenario in my head that does nothing but make me upset. I can understand that. Like, if all you're doing is driving yourself crazy with guilt because you're like, this is just one more thing I'm not doing, blah. I can get that. But it also could very well be that it's the exact opposite of that. As in, you're coming out of a place where you felt uninspired. But because of things are starting to change in your life, there's you have a renewed sense of energy, a renewed sense of purpose and creativity. And the battle right now is between you and your heart, you and your stupid dumb depression brain that's trying to make you miserable again. And it's like, once you finish that battle, it'll be that you did find creativity and you were able to create something. But the issue isn't that you shouldn't create. The issue is that you should fight for that creating because it's the right thing to do. Glad XN hasn't heard my real voice. It might kill me because I'm gross sounding. Everybody thinks they're gross sounding. Everybody. I don't know a single person except myself who gets into a recording and goes, man, I sound great. I should talk more. Only me. That's how I roll. Tolkien started writing purely for himself. The Hobbit started as a story for his kids at night. He crafted a world around the language he made up. Riordan started Percy Jackson saga initially to help his kid deal with growing up with ADHD. Yeah, exactly, right? Purpose, man. You don't need a big purpose. You just need a little one. I'm never going to get out of here. This is the longest cave I've ever seen in my entire life. It just keeps going. And that's far enough. We're just going to put up some blocks now. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Aha. And that's the end of that. I know there was iron in there. I saw it. But no, that's enough. No need to do any more. We know our way out. We got one long tube. We're just going to be in here. Tolkien didn't even want to publish his writings. His friends bamboozled him. That's true, man. Interesting. Super interesting. No, that's a little too slow. I don't want to listen to Leaves from the Vine. It's depressing. We've had enough depression. No more. Let's. Thing is, once I'm done in here, I don't even actually know what I'm going to do with the material. Oh, hello. I know there's a lot of people out there that have ideas and they have this story in their head and they lie to themselves about it being that's the story they're going to write. They're going to write it someday and they just never get around to it. But it sounds like the battle that you're having isn't necessarily that you're never going to do it. The battle that you're having is finding value in doing it, or for that matter, background fear that if you do it, it might not work out, or whatever. There's a lot of fear going on in there, and I think maybe the solution to that, this is my opinion anyway, is write something. Just sit down and write something. Or another good idea, in my opinion, is join a collective of people who are going to encourage you. Like, for example, last night I was chatting with some folks about stories and content creation, and it was just the most pleasant couple hours. There was no pressure. I didn't have to do anything. All they wanted from me was to sit there and listen and converse. That's it. Yeah, that was a good vein, and it's still not done yet. Whoop, all right, that's good enough. I just don't want any monsters coming out at me, so I'm going to do that. As soon as I was done with that meeting last night, I literally said, can I please invite more people to this? I think every one of the creators that I know would benefit from just sitting here talking to a bunch of other creators just about stuff. How can you make it better? How can you enjoy it? What's part of that? What have you learned? Just felt really cool. My sister started writing a book herself, and I still need to read it, what she has. I know, right? My family hasn't read anything I wrote either. So, a prophet in his own home and all that. We've had some fun calls talking over. Oh, yeah, exactly. And that's the other side of it, is it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be guilt-inducing. This isn't your job. Nobody's going to get you fired. No, there's no timeline. It's supposed to be fun. So if you can have fun with it, then good. The reason I do this is I learned ages ago that apparently dirt and iron go together. Am I out of sticks? Golly. We're going to have to make even more lights. Not like I don't have enough coal. When I wrote my first book, it was a collection of sermons. And basically I thought and the reason I did it is because I thought it had value. I thought, you know what? This actually turned out really good. And I think other people would like this. It would be kind of a waste, in my opinion, to have this and not bless someone with it, as in let them read it. Which sounds arrogant if you think about it, but it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be a service to others. I'm gonna do this so that other people can have it. Same thing with when I wrote the creator book, right? It wasn't because I wanted to make money. It wasn't because I thought it was going to be this huge bestseller. It's because I saw a need in the world and went, you know what? I think I can help with that, and so I did. Is it a great book? No. Is it a perfect book? No. Does it have some value for someone? Yeah, I think so. I'd like to believe it does. In the way. I was in the way. Okay. I'm trying to take all the low-hanging fruit here. Clock says 14:26. Because it's off. Daylight savings time. That clock, unfortunately, because, you know, like, it's Data God's baby, right? Like, it's him. He created it. He has not had the time to, like, update it. So it lost its permissions to connect to Twitch, and because Twitch changed some stuff, it has all kinds of issues. Oh, look at that. Well, how about them apples? Data God doesn't believe in daylight savings. His clock certainly doesn't. How did that happen? I don't even have a lantern. All of a sudden, boom, lantern. Come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. Where are you? It's lit. Yeah, the permissions are from like a really long time ago. Man, I don't want to go down there. That's just dangerous. We're just gonna not do that. I'm gonna put glass there. Just so I can remember that it's there. I'm taking this lantern home. I don't know why it's there. All right, I got a free lantern. Good for me. No one has claimed this block. You don't say. Just pop your bucket of water down and ride the wave. Aye, that's not a bad idea. Except, oh no, I can get back up if I'm not dumb. Yeah. Okay. I'll try. Okay. All I can do is try. Boop. Iron. Copper. Air. Ah! And a baby zombie. Of course there is. Of course. Eat, 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 eat. Bat scared the daylights out of me. Don't scare me, Bat. Hello? Ah, 2 baby zombies! Great idea! You're just a genius! I love your advice, Quiz. Jeez. No! Baby zombies are stake resistant. Yeah. Ironically, if they were a vampire, I could kill them with a stake. But they are not. More dirt. I'm gonna dig the dirt. Diggy diggy dirt. That's what I'm gonna do. Big brain ideas for the potato streamer. I'm doing my best, okay? I thought that was a good idea. I just wasn't prepared. What I need is to go and get myself some armor. Go get myself some, get prepared to be able to have that kind of adventure. I'm not ready yet. And I have yet to even get enough iron to say I could do it. Like, how much iron do I got? I got 9 iron. Not enough. And I don't exactly know where to get iron either. What level is iron on again? Because I'm on level 43, 41. I think it's on 16. Correct? 16. Yeah, okay. Let's do that then. Let's go down to 16. We're gonna a little wall up. A little. No, we don't need a wall because we're safe. Because I've already lit everything because I'm a good Minecrafter who knows what he's doing at all times. He shouldn't take suggestions from Quiz because Quiz is trying to kill him. I'm the only Minecrafter who mines diagonally. I'm aware of that. All right, well, we won't mine diagonally, but I also can't mine straight down. I mean, I know you don't mine straight down. I get it. That's like Minecraft 101. But I really want to get down to 16. But on the other hand, if it worked out, the gamble worked out, it would be faster, right? I think I'm gonna have to make my floor out of copper. I think I'm just doomed to have to do copper. Yeah, less is light is less of an issue. Should I put dirt there? I don't want to put dirt there. I'll put stone there. All right, we're gonna cover that in stone. I like filling in my holes. Shut up. Okay, keep going. I can do my own double entendres. I don't need your help. Was that water? Did I just see water? Hey, iron. Nailed it. First try. Drove straight to it, mind you. I'll just say improved cave generation. Now you're more likely to plummet to your death instead of tunneled into lava. Yay! Thanks, Mojang. X-ray hacks. You know what? I will admit that the glowing ore is nice. Okay, it is nice. I was a miner 49er. Now I'm a miner 50. Good for me. Block chunk 28. Oh, I got a ways to go. Holy macaroni. Let's cook up some of this iron. All I can do is cook up some iron. We need it. Wood. Down. Craft table. Yes. Craft table in a hole. Think I missed Weird Wednesday. No, there hasn't been one. Weird Wednesday. And besides, isn't it Tuesday? Please tell me it's not Wednesday. Is it Tuesday? Wednesday. Don't confuse me. It's Tuesday, man. What are you coming in here confusing the snot out of me for? I'm a gentle... My brain needs help, okay? Yeah, good. It's only Tuesday. Doggone. But you guys really want Weird Wednesday, hey? I probably should do something about that then. What? Oh, it's probably in the walls. Never mind. It's fine. Fine. I know, I missed it by a whole week. That's true. Or no, she did. Yeah. That's funny. Feels like Wednesday. It does. I guess it does. Man, you cut yourself taking the trash out. My man, you haven't gone a day without hurting yourself. Maybe you should just sit down and just kind of hang out. Don't be... You're no good on your own. You just stay put. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. How you doing, man? Other than that, other than you being hurt and a headache, having a headache and all that jazz, how are you doing, man? Any good news? Any good things happening in your life? You got a anything positive? It's not always all bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna put Mountain in a bubble wrap suit. That's a good idea. We'll make some money or we'll raise some money for a bubble wrap suit the size of Mountain, which is not unsubstantial. He's a big boy. Me too, Jove. Yeah, like legit. If you guys want Weird Wednesday, I suppose I can try to bring it back. I think it's a good idea to do the Wednesday check-in, but if I can do both, why not do both, right? Just got to make sure that I conduct myself appropriately. Is that? Oh, I got the deep slate. I'm at the deep slate. Oh, I found an amethyst. Shnikes. Let's go. Nice. Maybe that could be what my floor is made of. So pretty. Sounds so pretty. Is that tough? Am I getting tough? I can't even remember. Are you tough? You're calcite. Oh, right. That's going to be what my floor is made out of, is calcite. That's a nice looking block. I'll take that one. My trash cans are metal and passing car knocked the sharp edge onto my thumb. Ah, you poor thing. You. I need to write, but I want to sleep. Why not both? It's okay. Nothing wrong with sleeping. Hello, hole. Look at you looking all pretty. Oh, I forgot to get my water back. I even lost my water because of you. Ah, man. I need silk touch. Quiz. Been sleeping too much lately? Oh, you feel that way then. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's okay. It just exactly. It just happened. It's not a bad thing. It just happened. It's just that you've had a lot of things happen. I'm going to go put some light over there. Those are cool. I can maybe make myself a telescope now. And I remember, you don't kill the buds. Just kill the shards and the stuff around it. The older lady apologized so much. Oh, man. That's basalt? Okay, I'm wrong. Still pretty, though. They worked so hard on that sound. And they nailed it, man. Absolutely nailed it. How great is that sound? I don't think I need any more of this. I'm going to just leave it here. It'll be my path out. Of this information, I was born with a brain wreaking painful havoc. Well, I tell you what, you're talking to the right guy. If anybody knows what it's like to kind of have a body that doesn't want to cooperate. It's my guy Chovy. And he is a positive ray of light. An inspiration to everybody I know. I'm gonna make a ladder. I rarely make a ladder, but this time I'm gonna make a ladder. If I can remember how to make a ladder. I think it's just this, right? It is. Aha! Yo, me too. Brain wants to do one thing, body says the opposite. Yep. We should all be more gentle with ourselves. Can I get out? I can. Yay. All right, cool. That's where I want to be. Nice to have a little path through a beautiful place like this. A landmark, if you know what I mean. Chovy retiring or returning? Chovy has retired, but he's toyed with the idea of returning. He is every now and again. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about maybe, possibly, I don't know. And we all get excited, and then he's like, oh, maybe not right now. He goes, we all go, oh. And he goes, oh, you know what? I'm thinking about maybe coming back. Maybe, I don't know. And we all get excited, and then he goes, oh, maybe not right now. And we go, oh. Repeat that for the last 5 months. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Yeah, welcome to the Hotel California, also known as Taco. Almost killed a bud. Can't kill a bud. We need to let light in. Otherwise, there's going to be an issue. Hotel Tacofornia. Nice. Nah, Ransom did better. What? I'm on 8. Oh, wow. I made it a long way down just by falling using the power of gravity. Hey, hip hooray. All right. So what level is this? 12. I might even be a little too far. Okay. Let's start mining over here. This is Hotel Tacofornia. Tacofornia. That's got layers. I'll give it that. I need to go up. Okay. Now what level am I at? Level 15. All right, we've arrived. Let us do this. Let us leave. We're good. We are on level 16. Like, we're standing on level 16? Yeah, so we should be good to go, right? Layers like an onion. I love it. This is cool. This is one of the new things that happened, I don't know, a couple years ago. Amethyst. Where we don't have the newest version of Minecraft on here. We're running 1.21.1. So like the newest stuff. Like there's bundles, there's all kinds of fun things that are happening. But it's also you know, if you're going to use any kind of mods, you're beholden to the people who are creating them, and that always means waiting for the next version. You're always a version behind when you're using mods. Iron! I found some! Last time we did this, I drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled. Plan to return, but life keeps happening. By the end of the year, oh hey, there you go. He's got a plan. Let's go. Show if he's got a plan. It's all that matters, man. We're happy that you're there. But we're more happy that you're around. In any way. Okay. I think we're gonna have to come back another time. That's enough streaming for today. Yeah. Yep, that's good. We made it. Okay, back to this. Golly. Yeah, they added bundles. Yeah. They got a few things going on there, including the scary guy. What do you call him? The creaker? The creek? The crimp? He's something. He looks freaky, man. That's all I know. A freaky looking dude. All right, we're gonna take off. Welcome. Thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed today. The hope today was just kind of mutual little counseling session where we're all sitting together talking about our life, and I think it worked out. It's nice to have our people show up that I haven't seen in a long time that have been able to contribute to the conversation. Felt good. I hope that's a good thing for you guys too. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be, what is tomorrow? Wednesday. So we're gonna do the week Wednesday check-in. Wednesday check-in means I'm gonna be going through the Discord looking for what is like sort of what's everybody talking about, and that's gonna be make the morning content. And then in the afternoon, I guess I'm gonna have to make some weirdness. I hope I can make it. I'm not making any promises. I can't do that right now because sometimes I wake up and the fertilizer hits the ventilator, and sometimes I wake up and I just feel like fertilizer. And so therefore I can't make any promises. But I will say that if I can make it happen, I will get some weirdness going. I have quite the backlog now. I could probably have weeks and weeks and weeks worth. So that's gonna be interesting. Yep, that's the cool stuff to copy for the raid for anybody who's listening. And I'm gonna raid out, who should we raid? Stone Angel's on playing Call of Duty. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the Call of Duty. You can't talk while you play it, or at least some people can't. Faithful Wanderer's on with 38 viewers. Let's raid her. She's cool. Fertilizer and ventilator. When the fertilizer hits the ventilator, and you can work out what I mean by that all by yourself. Thanks a lot, dudes. I really do appreciate you. You mean worlds to me. Every time I'm on and hanging out with you guys. Who's Cat? Hold on. Who's Cat? Cat who? Who's Cat? It does. It means worlds to me. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm going to make sure that, like, I don't know who Cat is. Tell me about it later. I'll tell you what. Tell me. I'm not gonna. Oh, Catherine Naomi. I rated her recently. I haven't rated Faithful Wander in quite some time. So I think I read Catherine all the time. Catherine's the best. You can watch her for sure. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Come here. Come here. Who's a good giant bug? XtianNinja.